Hello, welcome everyone. We are Brotherhood of the Dice, and this is Mothership, The Haunting of Ypsilon 14, Session 2. I will hand it over to our Games Master for the evening. Bill, take it away, mate.
Hello. Cheers, Oliver. All right, thank you. I'm just going to adjust my volume because I'm being accused of talking a bit louder than everybody else. I think that should be okay. Right, so we might take a break. We'll probably take a break when one of the other player arrives so we can readjust the cameras. But until then, we'll get started. So do a recap first. So the Tempest is a long-haul transport vessel that has been diverted to the asteroid mining station of Ypsilon 14 to pick up a shipment of rare minerals. Upon arrival, the crew discovered that the station is in a concerning state of disrepair. Systems are glitching, there's power fluctuations, and the freight elevator connecting the station to the mine has broken down, delaying the shipment that they came for. Wrench, a member of the Tempest crew, offers to take a look at the elevator, but after a few failed attempts by Carter to strike up conversation with Sonia, the station's administrator, Carter decides to assist Wrench with repairs. Meanwhile, Williams and Collins head towards the mess hall. Passing through the habitation area, they notice an unassigned cubicle and poke around inside, and during which Collins pocketed an old tape cassette player that someone had left behind. Back in the workspace area, RS-79 has logged into the station's terminal to run a diagnostics, and the system reports that the life support and main systems are 100% functional. There is a warning flagged up on the airflow, which is only running at 82.4%, saying that there may be a blockage in the vents in the crew quarters, and recommends inspection. One of the showers in the washrooms is non-functional and has been so in that state for at least 24 hours. The air filters were last replaced 455 days ago, and the lift was last maintained 455 days ago as well. When questioned about the state of the facility, Sonia starts venting about being overworked, understaffed, and constant corporate pressure. And with few hands and too many demands, she says that the facility has fallen behind on critical maintenance. Doc Hansen learns from Sonia that Mike Radimir, the station's lead engineer, has been unwell recently and hasn't shown up for his shift. Assuming that Mike is still in his quarters, Doc Hansen volunteers to go check on him, only to find his cubicle empty and oddly cleaned out. Hidden behind a loose ceiling tile, Doc Hansen discovers a spray bottle, a revolver, and a box of ammunition. Leaving the items on the bed, on his way out, he encounters Williams and Collins. The pair quietly claim the gun and ammo while Doc Hansen heads into the mess. Back in the workspace, Wrench convinces RS-79 to grant him network access to search for repair manuals. I need to talk to you about that as well. While Wrench is busy, Carter decides to tinker with the elevator, and against all odds, he manages to bring it back online. And the elevator begins its slow 10-minute ascent. With that underway, Kessler and RS-79 decide to head back to the Tempest to deal with the ship's cargo bay doors. Carter begins questioning Sonia about the material shipment that they are here to collect, and she describes it as the usual assortment of precious minerals. Platinum metals, platinum, palladium, iridium, rhodium, ruthenium, and osmium, as well as gold and cobalt. Meanwhile, in the mess, Doc Hansen meets Ashraf, a childlike and naive member of the station crew who is apparently responsible for managing the ore chemical treatment that's used to remove taints from the ore. Ashraf claims he hasn't seen Mike either, though he insists he can't have gone far. The station is too small. And after speaking with him, Doc Hansen decides to head into the washrooms to continue a search. Meanwhile, Collins and Williams also end up speaking to Ashraf in the mess, from whom they get a full list of the crew currently on the station. There's Kantaro, Dana, Rye, Mike, Sonia, and Ashraf up on the upper level, with Morgan, Jerome, and Rosa still down in the mine, though their shift supposedly ended 2 hours ago. Williams decides to search the vents for any signs of Mike. In Mike's quarters, the vent system, he finds a cassette tape, and scratched into the metal of the vent the words, "I woke up again at 4, the same day, every day." Meanwhile, in the washrooms, Doc encounters a rather imposing, large, muscular woman by the name of Dana. Asking after Mike, Dana tells him she hasn't seen him either, commenting that he smashed up one of the showers the other day. Dana asks for Doc's help and takes the Doc to see a friend Kantaro in their quarters. Kantaro is equally large and imposing, and he claims to be just suffering from the flu, and he's coughing up thick, bright yellow phlegm. And though the Doc sees her is starting to run a fever, Kantaro shows no other signs of it being flu. Taking samples of this yellow goo, Doc heads back to the workspace in the hope that the medbay has the means to analyze the substance. Unfortunately, the station's basic medbay lacks the equipment needed for analysis. Back in the mess, Collins continues questioning Afraf, who claims he hears God whispering to him through the vents in his room. Collins decides to investigate the vents himself as well. And as he is leaving the mess, he finds a cassette tape, apparently a mixtape someone has made for Sonia. In Ashraf's quarters, Collins checks inside the vents, but the only voice he hears is Williams calling out for Mike. Climbing out, Williams shows Collins the tape he has found, which we'll play again.
This is Mike. I'm not okay. Something is wrong. The water... I don't know. I can't stay up here for long. I broke the shower. I told Sonia it was an accident, but it's the water. I don't think it likes the water. I'm going back into the mine. I need quiet. Oh God, I don't know. Please fix me. I don't know what's happening.
Then suddenly at that point, Williams and Collins hear the station cat, Prince, growl and begin yowling, and then he suddenly bolts out of the mess and disappears into one of the habitation cubicles. When Collins and Williams rush back into the mess, Afrash is gone. So that's where we finished it, which is where we'll pick it up. And there's a couple of things I just want to clarify before we do start. So I think we'll jump to the mess first. Put this down that way so I can see what's going on. Make sure this is lined up.
Ashraf, what the fuck?
Yeah. So that tone of voice is warranted because you can make a fear check.
Yay! First roll of the game.
If you fail, then your stress goes up by 1.
Just whip out my sheet, mate. 2 seconds. Want me making a fear save?
A fear save, yes. I shall do the same for Mr. Collins.
If you've got a skill that's relevant to the task at hand, you can add the skill's bonus.
No, it's just a save.
So no military training or these things?
Nope.
No, okay. So
no, not in this case. Not in this case. Save.
That's a failure.
That you fail, so your stress should automatically have gone up. And let's see about Collins. I think he's passed. He has. Collins is made of certain stuff. Right. So the other thing I want to clarify before we move on a little bit further is back in the workspace. Wrench Kessler convinced RS-79 to give him access to the console, the workstation console, so he could access the network. So did you do anything with that?
Was he looking over my shoulder?
Sorry.
depends on how much he's looking over my shoulder when I was.
Yeah, I'm looking very close over your shoulder, very creepily behind you.
No, so while that was happening, you were keeping a careful watch on Wrench, then, were you?
Yeah, keeping an eye close.
Okay,
eye.
that's fine. That's fine. That
Okay.
I think that answers my question. Okay, so yeah, in the mess.
I mean, I might try and distract him.
Oh,
a bit.
okay.
If there's a role I can do for that.
Let's see. Well, you're welcome to suggest something.
So
You're more than welcome to suggest something.
What does it sound like? Well, I guess it's gonna be an intellect thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it could be. I mean, you can do it. You can do skill rolls two ways. You can either click on the ability first, or you can click on a relevant skill, and then you can suggest the default to certain combinations, but you can suggest other combinations. But yeah, it will probably be an intellect. If you've got anything you want to pair with that, possibly. I'm not sure if you have.
I don't think anything else is really relevant. So I'm just a gifted amateur.
Yeah. Okay. So it's just be an intellect roll, then, I guess.
Look over there.
I love your master plan. That was very clever. You,
Oh,
you deserved that roll for that.
and it's worth mentioning as well that anything 90 or above is an automatic failure, regardless of how.
So basically, I had queued up something that I was going to tab onto and download when he looked over there, but unfortunately, I just basically tabbed too early, and just the filth popped up.
I'm just looking like with no expression on my face. Range. Why is the meat bags banging each other? The meat bags are banging each other. Why are they banging?
I know. On some kind of virus on this side or something. It's outrageous.
He's on LimeWire downloading tunes.
Find the manuals, Range. You're not supposed to see this meat bag thingy quickly.
Yeah, no, sure. I mean, I do genuinely need the manuals as well. So.
Okay.
Download them. Is there like a printing facility or like a download onto a handpad or?
I guess you could download it onto like a personal data pad. We can say that you've got something like that, I guess.
Oh, okay. It'd be like one of those rugged ones they always like sell for industrial usage with the massive padding around the edges.
Yeah. And the screen's about 3 inches across.
Yeah, and like in orange and black. There's no colours. Orange and black text.
But yeah, so yeah, that's that was kind of cutting back to that that was happening a while ago. But after that, of course, you two have gone back out through the airlock into the dock and you were working on fixing the cargo bay doors, weren't you? In anticipation of the shipment. So yeah, like I said, we are back. We are in the mess hall.
The cat's bolted out of the mess hall. It went wow, and then bolted out of this room.
Yeah, it came out of this. It bolted out of this room and disappeared into one of the cubicles in the habitation area.
And we don't see any loose ceiling tiles, smashed walls, any puddles of blood on the floor. There's no sign of Ashraf, eh?
No.
No. I'm gonna like
no.
He was here a minute ago.
Not even a speck of blood. Nothing.
I'm gonna call out.
The only thing that's out of place is the table that it was sat at. That is knocked over. Yeah.
Right, I'm going to just call out Ashraf. Where are you, man?
Okay, so you and Colin start walking around the.
I'm walking around looking for him as well, aye.
Yeah.
Look, Ashraf, it's no time to play hide and seek, mate. What are you doing? Where are you?
There's no. It's not here. I mean, this like you've already seen this. I mean, the mess is small. There's nowhere to hide in here, at all. It's pretty open. Even with the hydroponics units, You can't. There's no way to hide, and the station is tiny. I mean, you dread the thought of what it must be like to work on here for extended periods of time, because there's very little opportunity to get, for any privacy, to get away from anybody. But yeah, he's not here.
Okay.
He definitely is not here.
I'll just turn to Collins and be like, don't know what Ashraf's up to, and then just I'll walk out.
Okay. So Collins probably hangs around a little bit more, and he did say we're going over and picking up the table. So as he picks up the table and puts it and puts the table right, he goes, the hell's that?
What's that?
See, look at this. Look at this.
What have you got? What have you got? I'll go over and look. Go back over.
This is a messy eater or something. Like he kind of
Ashraf.
like wiping his.
Ashraf, probably. Probably yes.
He's wiping it. So Collins is wiping his hands on his coveralls, and this is kind of something all smeared all over the top of the table. He points out, and you can just make out this slight wet sheen to part the table, probably the side where Ashraf was sat, and it almost looks like the kind of sheen that you get from like a snail's trail, but fainter.
And it's like a whole layer on one side of the table.
You get kind of a patch on one side, on the side of the table where Ashraf.
Is it on the floor as well, or just the table?
Just the table.
I'll have a look at this liquid. I'm not touching it, but I'm gonna have a look at it.
Like I say, it's what you can see when you look closer. You can see it's wet.
Taste it, Collins. Taste it.
I don't know what it is. This is.
Aye, taste it.
It could be Ashraf's bodily fluids for all I know. It's just like, God.
You've ate worse. Taste it. See what it is. That's the only way to tell what it truly is taste it. I'll tell Collins.
Oh, you taste it then. You taste it.
I roll persuasion.
Fuck off. He's not here. And he walks out. You fucking taste it.
I'll sniff it if you taste it.
So you fucking sniff it. I'm not tasting it. I'm not putting that in my mouth. I'm not putting Ashraf in my mouth.
I'll sniff it.
My days.
Well,
Okay.
that took over 10 minutes, didn't it?
Does it smell like a women's tennis match? Or like watching a women's tennis match? I mean,
it has no smell at all.
Okay.
No odor, no discernible odor whatsoever.
I'll touch it.
Okay, so you touch it. By the time by the time you smell it, and then you go to touch it, it's dry.
Like sticky though, still like varnish.
No, it's not sticky. It's just completely dry. It's like almost.
Dust.
In fact, it starts to like flake off.
It's not nice. I don't like it. Whatever it is, I'm going to wash my hands.
Yeah. Collins is already way ahead of you. As you like catch Collins up, he's heading towards the washrooms again. I'm going to wash that shit off. So, meanwhile, back in the workspace, we have, I believe, back in the workspace, we've got Sonia, of course, and we got Alan, Carter, and Doc Hansen. Just after Doc has been checking the med bay to see if there's any facilities for analysing this this mucus mucus sample that she got from Kantaro. But unfortunately, of course, there is not. So while you're there, Sonia just happens to. She sees you sort of pottering down med bay, and she comes over and says, "Can I help you with something, Doctor?"
Well, I was wondering if you had someplace to analyze things.
I'm afraid not. We if if that kind of situation, medical situation like that comes up, we usually have to send samples off on one of the supply ships, or if it's emergency, we have to call someone in. But we're out in the middle of nowhere. So, that said, there's Dr. Giovanni. His ship is a science vessel, so he might be able to help you.
Dr. Giovanni.
Yeah, it's the he's a company scientist. He came he came to the station a while ago. He's went back to his ship yesterday. We haven't seen him. He hasn't been back onto the station since.
Oh, interesting.
Is there another ship dock station?
Said something about having to study some samples or something or other.
Have we got more than one? There's more than the Tempest docked to the station then?
There's two. So there's two docking bays, and you're on docking bay 2.
2. So there's another ship docked in docking bay 1.
That would seem to be the case.
Okay.
But yeah, I can try and raise him.
All right, sure. That sounds good.
Okay, so she walks over to across the workspace to where the terminal is, and taps in the password, and then brings up the communication screen, and you can see there's contact, a communications contact for your ship, for the Tempest, and one for the Heracles that is docked in docking bay 2.
One.
And so
Okay.
docking bay 1, sorry, yeah. So she brings up communication and attempts to put through a comms request to the ship, and there's no answer. It's not unusual. The docks usually is usually really pretty busy, so I'll try him again later.
Okay. Thank you.
No, it's okay. If there's anything I can do to help. And again, I'm sorry for the delay. I apologise if my attitude has been less than professional. We're under a lot of stress at the moment.
Yes, and understood. May I ask? You said, Mike, he wasn't feeling well. Did you know what his symptoms were?
Not really. I wouldn't say there was any symptoms. He just he seemed distracted. For how long would it be? I don't know, maybe a week or two. He'd been not so great. But it didn't get any worse, as far as I could tell. Just a little,
right.
Seemed a little distracted. Lack of focus.
Maybe just tired, exhausted.
Maybe it could well be. It could well be. I'm unlike Mike, but I wouldn't, can't really tell, of course. But did you speak to him?
No, I didn't find him.
You didn't find him?
He wasn't in his room.
He wasn't in his room. Oh.
He wasn't in the room. I checked the mess hall. He wasn't in there either.
Did you speak to anybody else?
Yes, I spoke to Ashraf and Dana.
Oh, have they seen Mike?
No.
Where the fuck is he? There's nowhere to go. And she kind of like, she mutters to herself and says, oh, equipment missing, staff missing. Yeah, sorry, I'll try and get in, try and contact the doctor on the Heracles again a bit later. And she kind of wanders off and she leaves the workspace, heading towards the habitation area.
Okay. Yeah, Doc Hansen just watches her go, and then he's gonna go back and wait to see how the people are when they come up from the mine.
Okay. So yeah, you can still hear the lift coming up. Kind of looking down the shaft, you can see it in the distance. It's still a way off. Maybe another 5 minutes or so before it reaches this level. What about Mr. Carter?
Mr. Carter's waiting for said lift to ascend, eager now to get our shipment and be on our way. Actually, we do have some repairs to try and effect. What are we doing about that? It's Kessler.
Yeah, so as last you heard, Kessler and RS-79 had gone back to the ship to try and effect repairs of the cargo bay, which of course you need.
I think we were doing the outside of the cargo bay because we couldn't do it when we were in flight.
Cool. So we're on with that. Okay, cool. Well, I'm just waiting for the lift to ascend and speak to Rosen.
Okay. Okay. So out in the docking bay.
Andy's here, by the way, Phil.
Okay. In fact, we'll just while we walk into the docking bay, we're just going to take a short break so we can realign the cameras and get Andy back in the game. So we'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Right. Okay. So yeah, we're out at the back out in docking bay 2, where Wrench and RS-79 are attempting to fix the cargo bay doors. It won't like I said last time, it won't require a check because you're not under any particular pressure, and it's a pretty routine job. It's only a minor repair as well, so it's just a case of it'll take some time to do it.
Tapping with arc welding.
Yeah, well, maybe a bit of welding, rewiring and such like.
In the docking bay, watching the stars rolling away.
I'm just standing still behind him, just watching him, making sure he's not doing any problems, like what I heard from Alan Carter saying, "Oh, fucking my mother." So I'm just out of the blue. I'm just going to begin to say something like, "French, I heard some disturbing accusations from the crew members of Tempest about you."
What do you mean, mate?
You're saying you're violating my mother.
I didn't touch your mother. I mean, I'd put my hand in the toaster to get something to toast that earlier, but I didn't think that was a physical part of your mother.
No, the toaster is not part of my mother, true, but you have. I need to listen here from your side of the story. Have you fucked my mother?
I mean, I don't think I've ever met her, mate.
You're literally inside her.
You mean?
I don't think RX's irony circuits are working.
I can categorically say, I have never had carnal relations with your mother.
I've never had sex with that woman.
You can see my eyes like a little bit of eye lighting up, like processing information.
To be honest, mate, I'm not really sure how logistically how that'll work. I mean, I'll give anything a go once, but yeah.
You can see I'm just like
your mother's integrity is safe with me.
Very well, but know this though.
Mate. Just hold this while I weld it.
I'm holding it. Very well, Range. Bob, let you be known this. You don't have my blessing if it comes to it.
Duly noted. Duly noted, Arts. Right.
Now, are you fixing my mother, or what's going on with the cargo door?
I'm stopping shit falling out of the cargo doors, mate. Once we've got that lovely cargo in, we want it to stay in. At the moment, it's looking a bit ropey and a bit of turbulence, and the whole door might crack open and it drops like pouring snails down a well.
Well, just be gentle while you're doing this. My mouth, she can be sensitive.
Your will, mate.
Just this awkward dialogue between us. In
I think we'll leave you.
Yeah,
Leave you two to your romance. Beat the black on the romance scene.
Yeah.
Okay, so and maybe we'll go. Well, maybe we'll go to. This could be even worse. Well, maybe we'll go to the washrooms where where John Collins and Jen
Derek's pulling my hand away from my mouth like as I'm trying to lick it.
No, I tried to get you to taste it, but you weren't tasting it.
No.
You weren't having it.
No.
Oh, this sounds worse.
I know I'm getting cleaned up. Like I don't think I'm fully going for a shower, like, but I'm definitely washing my hands.
I'm having like a bed bath almost, just like
sink shower. Aye, a good scrub.
Yeah.
And wash my face.
Yeah.
Aye, definitely.
Oh
yeah.
Where do you think Ashraf's went? Where's he hiding? He wasn't in there.
It's like no idea, but where's this shit come from?
I don't know what that is.
It's absolutely, yeah. It's just. I mean, do you think Ashraf? This is Ashraf?
No, I think it's the residue of whatever magic trick he's done. He's the kind of guy that does magic tricks, if you know what I mean. I think it's a magic trick, and this is the residue of the poof powder. Like... No, the powder where it goes poof. It's the poof powder. This is the residue of that, I think.
I mean, you don't actually think he's gone. Poof.
No, not like a real poof, like a magician's poof. I think
but I'm just saying.
No, I don't think so. I think it's like a magician's trick. Like I think he's around here somewhere, and he's laughing his ass off at us. I think he's in the vents somewhere. He's got a thing about the vents. Yes. So
it's probably some like engineering grease or something from. I don't know. I've never seen all like this on mining equipment or all like that before. But it might be like a lubricant or something.
Well, we never saw him disappear, so I reckon he's done some magic trick, and it's like a smoke grenade, and the smoke masks him disappearing. This is just residue from that. I think. I'm no expert on magic tricks.
I don't know. I've never seen a magic trick that leaves like this horrible sticky slime shit. I mean, it's not even smoke, is it? You know, it's like. You know, and why would a smoke? You know, if it's a. Like
we should probably take some of this to the dock. We should probably take a sample of this to dock before we wash it all off ourselves. Actually.
Yeah, have we got any containers? Or do we got like? Well, I suppose like I've got like a little pouch.
Get like a cigarette packet. I'll empty out a cigarette packet, and I'll get a razor blade, and I'll go scrape the dust off the table and dump some into a cigarette packet.
Okay, so you're going back to the mess room.
Aye. Gonna scrape up a sample for the dock.
I'm just going to use. I've got like a little metal smoking tin. I'll just scrape some off my hand into that.
Okay,
I'm just going to get cleaned up.
Yeah. So you're in the wash. You're going to stay in the washrooms doing that. And,
Derek is off to.
Derek is back off to the mess.
I'm going to scrape it up like a powder with a razor blade.
Okay. So John, you're in the washroom, kind of washing stuff. Okay, scrape some of this off into your empty tobacco, into your empty tobacco bin. It's like I say, it's already started to, it's already dried, and it kind of flakes off, almost crumbles to dust as you're doing it, and it's apart from maybe a slight sparkle when the light catches it, you can't even see it in the tin. but while you're doing this, you do this, and then you finish getting washed up, and you notice one of the showers is broken. Somebody's put up some like tape across it saying it's out of order, but it's not just broken. Somebody's twisted ripped off the shower head and twisted the pipe.
Is the shower head about? Has it been pulled off? Is it just?
It's the shower is probably just lying in the bottom in the like shower tray.
Yeah.
But the pipe itself has been twisted.
Oh, like sealed off.
It's like bent and twisted.
Oh. I look at it and I'm like, Jesus. So how's that happened?
I mean, that would look at that. Yeah, take some strength to do that.
Yeah. I checked the others.
Okay, so the others are intact.
All fine. Try them. Do they work?
Yeah. So checking them, checking all they all work. Yeah.
Do I notice anything on it? Is there any like obviously it's been twisted? Is there any like grip marks or anything that's like gripped into it?
No. There's no sign of any like tool, like marks from any tools or anything like that. No.
Why that shower? I look up. Is there any vent or ducting above it or anything?
There isn't above it, but there is. There are vents. The vents that run through here, and at one end of the washroom, there's a large, noisy extractor that in the ceiling for filtering out the steam. So it draws the steam from the washrooms and into the vents to disperse it. And it kind of rattles, and it's really, really noisy.
It's piqued me interest, so I want to have a look at the vent that's rattling, why it's rattling.
Okay.
Especially, I'm thinking in my head, obviously, what we found in the vents previous. Hang on a minute. Has there been somebody in there, something in there? Is there anything I can stand on to?
Yeah, there's benches around. Yeah, could easily pull over a bench and do that. Yeah, no problem.
I'll grab a bench and I'll pull one over and have a peek in.
Okay. So you pull a bench over and climb up and have a look. And the reason why it's making so much noise is it quickly becomes apparent as a lot of the bolts or screws are missing, and someone has clearly had the cover off this. And taking it off, you can just like undo a couple of clips and take it off. And it just... Sorry?
Are they like finger tight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And taking it off, it gives it easy access into the vents that run from the washroom, presumably connecting to the rest of the ventilation, rest of the vent system.
Yeah, I'll take the cover off then.
Okay. So yeah, you can. You can't beyond that. You can't see anything untoward. But yeah, somebody's like I say, somebody's.
Is the fan like literally behind it running or?
Yeah. So behind the case there's like a fan sort of situated like an extractor situated in the like top, the roof of the vent. So it's drawing the like steam. So it draws the air and steam up into the vents and then filters it out through the ventilation system.
I pull my little torch out of my little pocket of tools and just have a look round. Have a like a scan round, see what I can see that's in like visual.
Oh, okay. So you do see something. The light from your torch glints off something, almost like like silica in rock.
Yeah.
So like you're viewed at a certain angle and see it glints.
Yeah.
Almost like that. But anyway, meanwhile, in the mess room.
Oh.
In the mess room, where Derek, you go back into the mess room. What is it you're doing exactly in the mess room?
I'm getting some of the residue by scraping it off the table with a razor blade into a wee cigarette packet. Take a sample for the doctor.
Can you?
The most unprofessional, like unsterile sample ever. Like I'm just getting a dirty
yeah.
scratching it off the table. So it's got loads of, like it's whatever the table's made of, plastic, wood, whatever that's getting mixed in with it, and it's going into a cigarette packet. So there's tobacco mixed in with it as well. It's an interesting mix of things she's getting in her sample. He's getting in his sample, but I'm taking a sample for the doctor. Just in case it is actually something weird has happened. I still think it's just a magic trick.
Okay. Can you roll as a D10 as well, please?
Oh. No.
Oliver, if you would.
No.
Nothing ever good comes from rolling a D10.
9.
Ooh, 9.
Ah,
Okay.
definitely not when it's that high.
Okay. Right, so you're still like scrape off a bit of this stuff into this cigarette packet, and as you do, you see Sonia, the station administrator. Sonia come. She walks in,
And I'm like, as I'm like scratching on the table with a razor blade, I look up like, it's not what it looks like.
So, whatever. Have you seen Mike?
No, I've still not seen Mike. Why are you asking me where Mike is? Have you seen Mike?
She kind of just like waves the hand at you dismissively and shakes her head, and then walks back out again.
Okay, I'll finish taking my sample and then go back through and go finish washing my hands.
Okay. Right. So you walk back out into out the mess room, into the down the corridor and into the habitation area. And across the habitation area and down into the washrooms.
And then after I wash my hands, I'll go looking for the doc.
Okay, so I guess you'll encounter Collins in the washrooms again. But while we're doing that, so back in the workspace then. So just you, Carter, and Doc Hansen in the workspace, and the elevator finally reaches the top, and three people come out the doors. There's this guy, this really nervous guy. He kind of ducks involuntary as he's walking out the door, as if he's expecting, as if he thinks he's going to bang his head, and just like, ugh! And then this young woman. And then this guy with dreadlocks.
Still no Mike or any Ashra.
Well, I will ask. I think we remember. So Sonia saying Rose would be pissed by staying down there that long. I think she must be in charge. So I'll go and say hello to Rose. Say, you must be Rosa. I'm Carter, piloted the Tempest, just docking bay 2. I'm sorry about your delay in the mine. I was able finally to fix the lift.
Oh, so at least somebody's competent around here. Maybe you should be setting you on as part of the crew here. Where's Sonia?
She went that way. Rosa, before you rush off, did you was Mike on the shift with you? Was he down in the mine?
She turns around. She's kind of facing away from him. Morgan, Jerome, it's well past the end of the shift. You two go and get some rest. And Morgan's like, yeah, you sure, Rose? I just got to go and find Prince. He'll be wondering where I am. And she kind of waves him off, and Jerome's, yeah, fuck yeah. I'm gone.
Above table
And
42
she turned
players.
me.
Has anybody else noticed they're a bit weird about the cat?
Yeah, just a bit. As well as Kessler. Kessler's weird about the cat as well.
He's weird though. He's just weird about
Yeah,
everything.
he's weird though. Yeah, he is weird. Yeah.
So then Rosa turns back to you and says, sorry, what was you saying?
They appear to have lost Mike up here. Did you see? Was he on the ship with you? Is he down in the mine?
No, he should be on. He should be on. Where is everybody anyway? There's supposed to be shift changeover.
It's a
I mean, 2 hours ago.
You need to take that with Sonia, I guess. Is our shipment ready to load?
Ship. I've not even spoken to you. No, the shipment's not ready. We've got to haul it out. It's got to be clear. It's got to be clean. It's got to be refined. It's got to be packed up. It's going to be what? 24 hours, maybe.
24 hours.
Yep, like it or lump it. That's the situation we're in, so it's the situation you're in. I don't like it any more than you do.
Well, it's not how we like it. It's how the corporation
Well,
like it.
Yeah, exactly. Corporation, fucking corporation.
Seem happy in your work, Rosa.
Oh yeah, of course. Ishiyama, star employee. That's me.
How have you been on this dump?
Too long. Why all the questions anyway? Who are you on from the Tempest?
Well, we were on a different mission. We've been directed here, and ever since we've been here.
I know the Tempest. Are you new crew? Well, the Tempest has been on the supply run for years.
I don't recall stopping here, and I've been on the Tempest for a while.
Well, don't always come out here. We're off the beaten track a little bit.
You can say that again. All right, Rosa, I'll let you do what you've got to do, but obviously the corporation and we are also keen to depart as soon as the shipment is ready.
Well, you better make yourselves comfortable, because you've got to wait. I'm not sending anybody back down that mine until that lift is, until I can guarantee that lift is going to be fully functional.
Yeah, well, you have a point there. I mean, I hear from Sonia there are systems that haven't been maintained for, well, a year and a half nearly. Seems you're behind on your maintenance schedules.
We're behind the maintenance schedules because the company puts ridiculous requirements on the amount of oil we have to ship out of here. There aren't enough people, enough man hours. At least I agree with Sonia on that one.
'Twas ever case, whatever the case.
Anyway, I need to find out what the fuck's going on. I need to speak to Sonia. And she kind of marches off.
Well, that was an anticlimax, Doc. Thought we had some answers, but not.
Yeah, they don't seem like they don't seem ill at all, but
just ill-tempered, shall we say?
Ill-tempered, yes. Yes.
Well, I guess I'll head back to the ship, see what's going on there. We're not going to be leaving here for 24 hours. Leave them to find their own mic. You hanging on here?
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna stay here. Maybe see if they have anything to eat.
Okay. And Carter just ambled off looking for Wrench and RX. See what's going on the ship.
Okay.
And Doc's gonna follow everybody else back into the living area.
Okay.
Too.
Okay. So Doc's going to follow, but over into the mess area. Fair enough. So back in the, jump back to the washrooms for a moment then, I guess. So Williams, you come into back into the washrooms in time to see see Collins with his head stuck in the vents.
Any sign of Ashraf up there?
No, but I just put my head out. Check that shower out.
Aye.
I just point behind me.
Any sign of Mike up there?
No. Check that shower out.
Did somebody not mention before that Ashraf had smashed up one of the showers?
It was Mike who smashed up the showers.
That's right. Mike had smashed up a shower. Yeah, apparently apparently Mike did that, and I'll have a look at it and I'll notice that so your actual metal pipe's bent. Now that's in human strength, isn't it?
It's bent and it is
and
twisted.
Aye, that's like world strongmen. Those guys could maybe do that. That's like that kind of strength, isn't it? So Mike's not like that strong, like top 0.1% strongest man, is he? So how's he done that? And I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna grab the pipe and I'm gonna see if it's like more pliable than it should be, if it's softer than it should be. Is it solid?
No, you can't. You can if you really put some strength and effort into it, you can bend it
like a tiny little bit, probably.
But yeah, to like twist it like that, it's no way.
No,
see what I mean? Like,
I know Mike. What kind of size of guy is Mike? He's not a big guy. He's just normal.
No, it's pretty average. Pretty average guy.
I don't see how Mike did this. They say that Mike done this. They say that Mike fucked up the shower. I don't know how a person's done that. How somebody went and wrenched that, like, that can't have been done by a person. That must have been some sort of machine to do that. Or some
that's machine, that's mechanical.
Aye, or he's had some sort of wrench. He's actually taken something to it when he's broke it. He's not just had a fit when he's been in the shower and went in a rage and broke the shower. He's came to the shower with tools to fuck the shower up.
Yeah. Anyway,
it's a weird one.
Anyway, this vent were rattling and the bolts were loose. I've took it off and I can just something at the back I can see. It's like catching my torchlight.
Oh aye. What is it?
I don't know. I can just see it. I can't reach it. Do you want to? I'll give us a hand and maybe I can.
I'll give him a leg up then. Up you go, have a proper.
If you can give me just like a bit of a boost up. And
aye. I'll give you a leg up.
I can get in.
Okay. So yeah, you give Williams a boost and scramble into the. Are you taking the torch from him?
No, I give Collins a boost.
I've got it in my mouth.
I give him a boost.
Oh, so you're giving Collins a boost. I apologise. Okay, so you give him a boost, and it's only a short way in, kind of like shuffle. Yeah, so you just shuffle down the vent, and it looks like the same stuff that's on the table, but this is dry. This is like already dry.
Oh, it looks like the snail slime.
Yeah.
Can I pick it up? Can I?
As you to like I say, it's smeared across the stuff. It's smeared all over the inside interior of the vent.
Oh, so it's not like a lump.
No, it's like smeared. It's this like really like micro thin layer. It's all like I say, it's already dried, and as you touch, you would like to touch it, and it just crumbles and flakes away.
I've got the torch in my mouth because I'm sort of holding onto the vent, and I've touched it. I turn my head which way it's going. What's the?
So it just it don't go any particular way.
Can you see like a trail going that way or?
Yeah, it looks like it's smeared. It's smeared like along the insides of this of the shaft. Like I say, it's long dried, so it looks like it's crumbled away. So whether
does it look like it goes all the way through, or does it look like it just goes in one direction? Or if I look both ways, does it go?
It's hard to tell now because it looks like it might have been, it might have done, but like I said, this is just a remnant. The rest, whether that's all there was, or the rest is dried and just crumbled away. Like I said, when you scraped away, it almost crumbled to dust and almost nothing.
Yeah, I'd get out then, and I've got get us out, Derek. Yeah. It's like that slime. It's like that slime stuff. It's dried all on inside.
I've grabbed a sample of that for the doctor, so that they can have a look at it. See if they can work out what it is.
I've got some in my smoke tin.
I don't know if I mean, it could be a bodily fluid. Some weirdos crawling about in the vents in this station. I've saw somebody had been scratching something putting at the wall last time I was up there. So that could be somebody's weird bodily fluid. That could be somebody's sweaty armpit or something. I don't know. The doctor will tell us.
Yeah, but if it's going in the vent, do I know which way the like the habitat is? Like, in fact, the canteen where we saw it. Is that accessible through this vent?
Yeah. So all of the areas of the station are accessible via the vents.
Aye.
So if I know one way's come from the vent, if I know one way's come from the canteen, do I know which way the other one goes?
So from the washrooms, it goes into the habitation area, and from the habitation area, it goes both to the mess area and the workspace.
Yeah, I want to check one of them. I want to check that. I want to check the one of them vents down in workspace or somewhere like that. This obviously goes somewhere. This stuff's in here. It's coming from somewhere. I want to know where it's coming from.
I'm convinced Ashraf's up there and Mike. Playing hide and seek or something, I don't know.
Yeah, well, what do you want to do? Well, we've got two options, where I see it then. We either go with your theory that they're up there and we can get in, you can go one way, I can go other way. Or let's make us way to one other access points for vent and check it there.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Why go up at one end and you go up at the other end, and we'll meet each other where we're supposed to meet, and surely if they're up there we'll meet them between me and you.
Alright, so what? I'll get in here. Do you want to go to workstation?
I'll go back. I'll go along to another room that's going to run parallel to this one, like Phil said, the workstation or the other one.
If you can get in, yeah, bang, loudly on it, so I know, and then I'll set off.
Right, aye, okay. I'm going to go along to the workstation, and if there's nobody around at the workstation, I'm going to climb up into the vent in there if it opens.
Okay. Radio. Okay, and what's Collins doing? Sorry.
I'm going to wait here until Derek's gone to the other vent, and then I'm going to get in this vent and then crawl towards him.
Okay.
We're going to kiss. And then it's going to be like Lady in the Tramp with the spaghetti, and we're going to kiss.
Yeah, all in secret.
That's the plan.
Okay. Okay. So meanwhile, Doc Hansen, you follow through Rosa as she heads into the habitation area, and Sonia, the administrator, she's kind of like just walking out of one of the cubicles. Come on, Rye, getting the others together. We need to have a meeting in the mess. And she turns around and Rosa calls over and says, Sonia! Says, yeah, Rosa, I know. Let's come to the mess. We need to talk. And so Sonia heads over to the mess, and a few people, like you see, a couple of people, Dana and Kantaro and Rai, come out of their cubicles, out their habitation areas, and they all head over to the mess. If you want to follow on behind them.
Yeah, I will follow along behind them. I'm kind of expecting them to tell me to screw off because they're having a private meeting, but I'm gonna follow.
Okay.
And see if I can just nonchalantly just look around in the galley area, find some cookies or something while they're talking.
Okay, yeah. No problem. So yeah, you follow them. So you follow them through into the into the mess area, and they're kind of all congregating, all kind of all chatting and speaking. amongst themselves. Sonia is stood to one side speaking to Rosa, and there's a bit of a heated debate going off. But yeah, they maybe glance over, but they don't stop you coming into the mess area.
Okay.
Language tokens. So, sorry, go on.
Can I pick up the? Can I pick up the gist of what they're talking about? What they're having the meeting about? Are they speaking too quietly?
So the conversation between Rosa and Sonia, that is, like I say, you get the impression that they're arguing, but they're kind of stood to one side and keeping the voices hushed, and the sound of the general hubbub between everybody else. You would have to go and stand next to them to be able to hear what they're talking about. But the rest, they're complaining about this, about the ones that have just come off shift. They're complaining about the fact that the lift is still not working. They're talking about the constant malfunctions, the power fluctuations, but they're also talking. Quite quickly comes up in conversation that nobody's seen Mike, and they're like, what do you mean nobody's seen Mike? Where the fuck is he gone? He can't go in. There's nowhere to go. You do notice that this big guy, Kantaro, he stood apart from the others. He's kind of stood nearby, but kind of like on the edge of the group.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna just, if I can find like a package of cookies or something, I'm just gonna go and just sort of sit on the couch and eat my cookies, and so Doc just wants to get kind of an idea, if there's anything, like anybody's not feeling well, or there's suspicion about anything in particular. I mean, he doesn't feel like he wants to get super involved, but he's concerned about being exposed to some kind of illness here, and then our crew gets sick. So that's kind of his main concern at this point.
Okay. So eventually, Sonia kind of sort of raise the voice and ask everybody to quiet. If you just sit down. We need to have a little bit of a meeting. And everybody's kind of like sort of mumbling, and they go and take a seat at the tables, all kind of sat together. Again, Kantaro sort of sits aside from everybody else, and Dana kind of, when Dana notices he's done that, she kind of gets up and sits. Kind of, doesn't sit at a chair. She kind of sits on the table, kind of like in front of him, as if she's trying to obscure him. And Sonia, when everybody's kind of sat, goes, "Well, just quieten down a minute. We need to speak. I mean, I know that all the problems with the maintenance, we're behind on the shipment that the Tempest is here to collect. But we've got some other problems. Has anyone seen Mike?" And they all kind of look like looking at each other and no. I'm confused. I've been checking the logs, and there's no records of the airlocks being accessed without authorization. And there's a vac suit missing, and one of the laser cutting tools is missing from the cubbies in the workspace. And nobody's seen him. Rosie, Mike wasn't down the mines And it's like, no, we haven't seen him. We've been, once we finish a shift, we've been stood by the fucking elevator for the past 2 hours. She goes, well, we need to figure this out. We need to find out where he's gone. He's Jerome's like, well, he can't have just disappeared. There's no way to fucking hide in this place.
Doc's just gonna interject here. Might he be in the vents?
And they kind of all look round. And Rose goes, in the vents? Why the hell would it be in the vents?
Well, he could be in the vents. He fits up there, wouldn't he? Their vents are big enough for a...
Yeah, they're big enough, but why would it be up in the vents?
Well, if he's nowhere else.
And Sonia goes, well, as unlikely as that seems, you've got a point. You've got a point. And Rose stands, we need to find him. We need to find, well, where's Ashraf? Like Sonia's, he's not in his room. So Jerome, will you go see if you can find Ashraf? Maybe he's in the washrooms. Like, oh, really? You want me to go and get? Yes, go and get him. And so Jerome gets up and reluctantly, clearly very reluctant, and he heads off out the mess. And Rye's like, nah, Mike, nobody's going to be up in the vents. Nobody's. That's crazy. That's crazy talk. Why would he be up in the vents? And you can see this, like Rye, this young girl. The talk of the vents is making her really nervous.
Is there some reason why you want to stay out of the vents? Ashraf mentioned staying out of the vents, but...
So like Rye's about to say something, and then Sonja, so you saw, where did you last see Ashraf?
In here.
This is...
Yeah, he was just at the table. He was just playing with his little toys.
Right, we'll work while Jerome comes back, and then we need to search this place, top to bottom. Make sure nobody's in the vents. So, elsewhere, what was? Remind me again what Collins and Williams were doing.
Well, Collins and Williams are going to have a nosy in the vents. You're on mute. There we go.
So I am, thank you, I was coughing. We're going to go in from one, I'm going in from one end and he's going in the other end, so if there is somebody in there, we're going to find them.
Okay, so what ends were you going in from again? Somebody was going in from the workspace?
I'm still in the washroom. Derek's going in from
We'll do this like when you have a threesome, we'll toss a coin, heads or tails.
Yeah.
So Collins is going in. John Collins is going in from the washroom, and Derek Williams is going in from the work area.
Workspace.
Yeah.
Okay, from the workspace. Yeah. Can one of you? Well, can you both? No, one of you roll a d10.
You go.
I think Andy, you should roll it. Yeah, Oliver rolled it last time.
All right. Yeah, that's fine. Is it that one? Yeah. 9?
5.
No, 5. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay. So, goodness. So are you waiting on some kind of signal before you climb up into the vents in the washroom?
Yeah.
Or?
Once I get
once
up,
he's in,
I'm doing a wee tappy on the vent so that he should hear that it's in the vent.
Okay, fair enough.
Should.
Let's,
Go to the left.
okay, let's just jump into the washrooms.
Taparoo.
Okay. So while you're waiting, Collins, for this signal, this guy comes walking in to the room, into the washroom. He goes, "Is that who the hell are you?"
Who are you?
Knock him out, John. We need no witnesses.
Says I'm Jerome. I just came off shift. Oh, you were the Tempest.
Yeah. Just servicing your aircon.
What?
Just
It kind of shakes. It shakes. Have you Ashraf? Have you seen Ashraf?
Look,
Big guy.
Yeah, just come over here, Jerome.
He kind of like looks around, kind of hesitates for a moment, then walks over to.
The problem. Look, this is how it is, Jerome. I pull out my cigarette tin and I open it up and I say, Ashraf was in the canteen. The cat come running out. Ashraf's not in the canteen, and this stuff was in the canteen. Some of this looks like it's dried in here, in the air vent.
Some of what? Kind of looking in the kitchen. The stuff that was in the tin is just gone.
Oh. Jump up here. I put my hand out to pull him up.
What the fuck's all this crazy talk about people about events? People in the canteen going on about events.
Hey,
fucking events.
Jerome, chill. Jerome, you ever been in a vacuum?
I'm working a fucking vacuum.
Yeah, but have you been outside in a vacuum? Do you spend time outside in a vacuum?
No, I'd spend time down the fucking mine in a fucking vacuum.
Yeah, I can tell because you're one of these, mate. Out in the vacuum, you've got to be calm. You've got to be chill. Yeah, you start getting panic like this, air starts running out, bad things happen. Got to chill. Just Jerome, let's pull that handbrake on a little bit, fella. Let's calm down. Just come and have a look.
Fine. For what? So Williams, you can probably faintly hear the echo, these like voices echoing down the vents.
I get another wee gentle bang, waiting for the return tap.
That's it. Right. So I just and I tap with the torch, tung, 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 just on the air vent to let Derek know.
I'll start crawling along.
Okay.
Right, Jerome, I shine my torch just quickly because I ain't got much time. I shine my torch in and go. Can you see the sheen?
Kind of looks and kind of peers in. Yeah. So what? It's some residue. It's probably some mineral salts. So these vent systems in here, they draw off all the steam and.
Well, Jerome, we found some of that sloppy and wet where Ashraf was in the canteen. Ashraf wasn't there. This stuff was.
And?
Do you want me to write this down for you?
I don't know what you saying. We saying Ashraf changed into a sticky mess on the table.
No, I never said that. I just said this is where Ashraf used to be. Yeah, me and my pal Derek are trying to find your friend Ashraf. But you've got to be calm. You've got to be calm, Jerome. Let's not jump to conclusions. It's going to get tight in there. I'm going to go left. You're going to go right in that heaven.
Who the fuck I am?
Well, you just said you are. You just said you'll help me.
I've got to go back and tell. I need to go back and tell Sonia. You're saying he went is.
Jerome, the minerals are messing. Jerome, the minerals are messing with your mind, man. You're gonna go right in this aircon. Come in this ducting. Come on,
right. Fuck, I am, and he kind of.
Why not? Why not, Jerome?
I gotta go and send. I need to speak to Sonia. He turns and heads out.
It's a witness. We didn't need.
Fucking miners.
Should have shot
him under my breath.
Should have shot him.
So anyway, climb into the vents.
Okay. Rightio. Okay, so you climb into the vents.
And I'm crawling along from the other side.
Okay, so let's move.
I've got a torch in my mouth just so I can see where I'm going.
Let's move you into the vents.
I've got a lit cigarette, so I've got a wee bit light.
Let's turn it over.
Only when you draw on it.
Aye.
Okay, so now you can see on the little map in the top left-hand corner, you can see the yellow lines are the like vents that run through the station. If you can just about make it out.
Yeah, I see them.
Is there any of this illumination in there? So yeah,
Sorry?
is there a little bit of illumination in there?
There is a little bit, I guess.
Yeah.
We'll see. Why not? Obviously, there's none of the. This is lifted from Alien Isolation. So there's none of the sphincter access.
Oh, okay.
There's none of the sphincter access point. It's just like grills, covers on the exits and stuff. But anyway,
I guess we can see into other rooms as we're crawling past them.
Yeah. So when with the various.
It was one of the videos I got in trouble for.
You what? Sorry.
I think the access point was one of the videos I got in trouble for.
So like there's various points where the vents run across rooms. There's like grills in the bottom, so you can see into them, and so yeah. But yeah, so they run from the washrooms into the habitation area, and it kind of goes in a ring around the habitation area, and the vents run above each of the cubicles, and above each of the cubicles is like a grill, like grill access into the, and it looks down, but it don't look directly down into each person's quarters. It looks into the like crawl space, the roof space. There's like the grill from the vent, and then there's a crawl space, and then the room below it.
Right.
In the quarters. Everywhere else, it's kind of yeah. Yeah. So, but yeah. So I guess you meet. You both meet up in the vent that connects the workspace to the living quarters.
Yep.
Yeah. No sign of him this way.
No sign of anybody. No Ashraf. No Mike.
No.
Do we just notice like the sort of the dried residue on the?
You spot it in places.
Any more scratchings on the wall? Any more Groundhog Day messages?
No.
All right. No sign of him. Suppose we better back up out here.
Yeah. Who's going backwards? Me or you?
We're both gonna have to go backwards because we've came in like that. We're gonna be like hamsters.
Yeah, we're head first. Yeah. So if you go backwards, I'll go forwards to the. Oh.
Or we could both just go out the way we came.
That's too simple.
That is too simple. Let's do it like this. So first we go. No, you go. To me. To you. To me. To you.
Yeah.
Let's have a to me to you moment.
We're trying to squeeze past each other.
Yeah. Like
are you touching me?
Like two hamsters in a toilet roll tube.
Yeah. Is that your hand?
Fade to black, Bill. Fade to black.
And we make his way back to workshop.
Exit the
to the workspace.
Yeah.
Go back to the workspace. Okay. So meanwhile, we've left people back out on the docks. I do wish this is staying in the right place. On the docking bay, Carter, you've joined the others. Where they probably assisting with the repairs of the cargo bay.
I'm probably taking over from that charlatan engineer we got on board, to be honest. RX, report status of the repairs, would you please?
Everything is proceeding smoothly for a time being. For a time being, indeed.
Okay, define smoothly. Is anything fixed yet?
Let's see. What is it? About 50% done, Dylan?
I would say probably about 70. It's progressed quite well actually. It's proved to be easier, less work than expected. Probably maybe another 10 minutes work, if that.
Approximately, we'll be done in about 10 minutes with this pace.
What
So
will
we
be
ready?
done?
We have plenty of time when the load comes in a couple of hours' time, and then we can get off this planet.
All right,
3
just for
hours.
clarity, Wrench, are you saying you're 50%, 10 minutes away from solving the jammed cargo door issue?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
not
that's what I'm
talking
focusing
about
on.
the
So obviously
failed.
we can get. Well, obviously, there's other stuff to look at as well. There's the scrubbers and there's the aircon and there's the plumbing.
There's the problem of the craft slow acceleration. There's a problem of the Tempest failed radiation filter. There's a problem with the flickering goddamn interior lights. And
Yeah,
the
all right,
fact
fly boy. All right. I've only got one pair of hands.
Okay, understood.
I
We've
can
got
do that.
about.
I can do that stuff when we're actually in the fucking ship. This I can only do when we're landed. So once we've got everything on board, then I can start mucking around inside. But
Well,
this is the only opportunity we're going to get to sort these doors out.
Understood. Understood. However, we don't want to take off with the failed radiation filter, and we don't really want to take off with the acceleration problem. So we have about 24 hours here, RX. What's your probability of getting all these things fixed before we leave this dump?
Well, if you fix first the radiation filter, which if French can do it properly, and then the slow acceleration, I feel if we get assistance from the other engineers, we might get and fix everything in time. If we get help of the other engineers from the station.
I'm sorry, RX. That didn't really compute. Which other engineers are you talking about specifically?
Well, I was checking the computer earlier. There are other engineers on the station who can help us.
RX, I don't know what you give priority to, but I don't know what ranking do you give observation as an important factor in making decisions. Have you seen this place? Do you know it took 2 hours to fix the damn lift? It's a mechanical lift, RX. What gives you any idea that the engineers in the ship can assist? I mean, are you actually an engineer, Wrench?
Yeah, fuck off, mate. I'm fucking qualified. I got my degree. Queensland University.
I'm not an engineer, but I do know of Kubernetes law. Can you give me, in layman's term, Kubernetes law? What is that?
Yeah, what it is, mate. It's fuck you is what it is.
Wrench.
You just get behind the wheel, right? You point your little craft off, and you fly around, and you do your little buzzing. I'm going to make sure this ship doesn't blow up on the way, okay? And it's a lot easier where you join in me fucking ear, mate.
I've yet to see you complete one task, Wrench, since you come out of cryo. How the hell did you get on this ship? Have you got any ID?
Listen, mate. We can't all just sit in a chair, hit fucking autopilot, and claim a salary for it, all right? Some of us have got to work for a living.
I sense a anger in the air here with my senses. I think we should all calm down, everyone.
Well,
before you overheat your senses.
Okay, well, as meats body, whatever you call us, we do have passion, but I rather think you're a little bit protective of your mother, aren't you, RX?
My mothership, yes.
Yeah. So I mean, you've had a little time now with Kessler here. In your estimation, is this a competent engineer?
Can Wrench do me like a roll to see if he's done good work in the meantime? So I can sort of judge by the roll.
Also,
I have a mechanical repair expert. So
you keep calling him RX. RX is me. It's RS. It's his name.
RS. Yeah.
Oh,
he's
yeah,
RS. Ars is his nickname.
It's went along.
RS. Yeah.
If his name was RX, it would be a much higher grade of model.
Well, that must be a Freudian slip, right?
Definitely a Freudian.
There's a malfunction in my brain. I'm RX now.
You need big upgrades to be RX.
If you want to make a roll, don't you just do it with the percentage dice rather than doing it from your character sheet, because I don't think you want to give yourself stress from doing that.
Yeah.
Aye. Make them take stress. This is an engineering test under pressure. They're all watching. Make them take stress.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. Go on then. I think so.
Yes! That's what you get for being an incompetent engineer.
Brilliant, he's done it. Game
Ooh,
look at that.
Very
yeah,
nice.
so yeah, he's more than
I'm
So-
playing around with the cargo bay. He's like, it's open, it's closed, it's open, it's closed.
So I look at Alan and says, by my observations and analyzing his techniques and his work of tools, he has been doing his work as engineer of the ship.
Well, I'll give you this, Kessler. You hide it well, buddy. Well done. And I'll
Like, yeah, fuck you.
Yeah, it turns around. So.
Well, what's the status of the cargo, Pilot Carter?
We're 24 hours from having this ship ready to leave this place.
Very well.
I mean, if the reactor goes up on, we're screwed. So I think I'm going to work on the radiation fields next.
Great idea.
But not before lunch. If we're staying there for 24 hours, I want something to eat. What they got scratching around here?
Man makes a good point.
Who are you asking?
Well, I was asking Arth, but obviously he doesn't eat, so he doesn't care. I'm going to the mess, see if I can find a celebratory singing or something.
Okay.
You shall fix the cargo doors before you do anything else, Sir Wrench. You shall finish this duty.
Tell him, Ars.
I mean, Wrench, you have to remember, this guy is recording everything we do, and it's going straight back to corporate. I'm just saying.
So yeah, I would say so. Wrench has been like, you know, when you questioned his ability, he's good. Yeah, the door's open, the door's closed, the door's open. He clearly must have fixed the doors like 10, 20 minutes ago, and it just like been
Slacking off to avoid
Slacking off.
Scratching his head and looking at it. It's already fixed.
Like engineers
It's going
do,
to cost
right?
you now on to the next hour. That's going to cost you another.
Very
Cup of tea,
Very
scratch the
well, if you're
balls.
done.
Cup of tea, scratch the balls. For 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And now I'm going for the tea.
Yeah, you might go refuel yourself then.
okay. Okay, so is Wrench heading back
Going to
inside then? Yeah.
Get some food, yeah.
What about Carter and RS?
I just when Wrench is gone, I'll hang around with RS for a little while. When it's quiet, when he's gone.
Uh-huh.
Are you sure? Are you sure about it? No. Okay, fair enough. What is going on here, RS? What you plugged into the term? What is going on in this base? Do you have a prognosis?
From what I've seen from the terminal analyzing the diagnostics from the last 1.5 years, they haven't done any maintenance on most of the parts of the station, and the air vents are clogged, not 89%.
The actual number is 82.4%. Let me ask you this, RS.
Yes.
Missing Mike. 82.4% functional airflow through the vents. Are those two facts possibly related?
It could be possible for a humanoid body to be the one that's clogging that remaining percentage, yes.
What other things could be causing the airflow to be down to 82.4%?
It might be to vegetation or plant life without cleaning the maintenance, at least with drones for each year.
But there is some blockage in the air vent, is what we conclude here.
Indeed, either vermin, vegetation, or worst case scenario, a human body.
82.4% means that if my understanding is correct, then we have a 17.6% volume blocked in the vents.
Probably, indeed, by my estimation.
What do you think? What do you estimate the size of the cubic square footage of the vents to be?
Listen,
I mean, what I'm saying, what I'm getting at here is, that seems to be a large blockage. Would you concur?
I'm just like processing my brain because I'm like flashing lights on my eyeballs. Like, I concur.
Okay. So, we've got 24 hours here. You've got Wrench sorting out our various problems. Would you think it was logical that we perhaps investigated this 82.4% efficient airflow as a crew to see whether that might hold a clue perhaps to some of the, shall we say, oddness we're finding on this base?
For companies, there's security for all these cargo and supplies for this mine station, yes.
Right. So can I take that as a corporate edict that this crew is instructed to try and investigate and clear the blockage in the vents? Is that a mandate from the company, or should we just sit down and wait on the cargo to be loaded and get the hell out of here?
It is a mandate to at least one early maintenance across the whole space station, and they have failed to do so.
Right. I will take that as a corporate mandate to go and instruct the crew that we work as a team to try and clear these vents. Noted?
Indeed. Noted.
Okay. Thank you, RS. And Carter will, with the corporate mandate as provided by its onboard droid, go back into the base, into the base, and try and pass it on. Initially via, obviously via Derek as being our head of security.
Okay.
If he's not indisposed with Collins, of course.
So talking of which, back in the workspace. Okay. Just line this up because these things keep coming out of alignment. Right, so you two, so Derek and John, you clamber out of the vents into the workspace, and just kind of you're dusting yourselves off, checking yourselves over. Kessler, Wrench, what comes in through the airlock?
Wrench, you alright?
Fucking pilot, mate. Where the fuck did he come from? He's got a chip on his shoulder, hasn't he?
Oh.
What have we got on the larder here?
Who's got a chip on the shoulder?
Fucking pilot.
Why? What's he done?
Oh, he's just, he's looking over my shoulder, checking me work. He's let me fucking dead.
Mate, you know what pilots are like? They're proper tetchy, aren't they? They love numbers and they love precision and flicking the little switches and stuff like that. You know, they're just flicking some of your switches.
Fly boy, he must be in a little little fighter that can do manoeuvres on rather than some massive freighter who's got to hoist half at across the universe. Anyway, what kind of food? What food they got here anyway?
Probably some packet crap.
Go on, then. Chuck some.
I rummage through some drawers, just guessing and just throwing whatever I find.
John, give me that.
It's some loose leaf coffee.
Give me that tape player of yours again, John. I want to listen to that.
Oh,
tape
yeah.
with Mike on it again. I'm trying to remember something and I cannot remember it.
Yeah. In fact, didn't we find another tape that we've not played?
That was the one with the music.
We had one with music. We found two tapes, didn't we?
Oh, you haven't heard this one, have you?
There was one with the music.
No, we found two tapes.
Then
I'll
there's
see
one with the
takes
message.
kind of like common in this. Is it, or is it like an anachronism?
There's the one with Mike
no,
speaking.
It's yeah.
There's the one with
Yeah,
Mike.
audio cassette tape.
Remember the one with Mike speaking?
Sorry,
He's like, it doesn't like the water. Play that one again, Phil.
What's that like?
Play that
What's that? A
again, Phil.
mixtape from your girlfriend?
The rest of the crew don't know about this. We don't know anything about these tapes.
Yeah. Wait, look.
John, play that tape with Mike on it again.
Wrench. Yeah.
Okay. So you pop it into the cassette player and play the tape again.
We'll gather round.
This is Mike. I'm not okay. Something is wrong. The water... I don't know. I can't stay up here for long. I broke the shower. I told Sonia it was an accident, but it's the water. I don't think it likes the water. I'm going back into the mine. I need quiet. Oh God, I don't know. Please fix me. I don't know what's happening.
He's in the mine, that's right. He's going back into the mine. That was the detail I didn't remember. So...
Yeah, but it says...
Sorry, what the hell was that?
He says, it doesn't like the water. Is he it, and does he not like the water? And did he freak out and bend the shower so it couldn't hit him with water? Has he got a thing with... Is there like... is he allergic to water? Is he...
Tell Wrench, just quickly, tell Wrench about the shower, like what we found.
Aye, tell Wrench about the shower.
Okay, cool.
So tell him about the shower and how it's bent and stuff like that, and then I said...
So is Mike their droid then?
No. Mike's a person. I know Mike. Mike's an old friend of mine. I was looking forward to seeing Mike. That's why I'm so keen to look for him, eh?
Yeah, but Wrench, what I'm saying is, like, if you see the shower, he's bent it and twisted it, and if he's done that by hand, how the hell's he done that?
I think something's happened to Mike.
You sure he's not an android?
I think something's happened to him. Mike's not an android. I know Mike a long time. I think something's happened to Mike. I think we need to go down into the mine and look for him.
Well, the elevator was broken when we turned up. And no one's gone down.
Phil.
Sorry. At this point, Carter and RS come in through the airlock as well.
Oh, we're all here.
Well, apart from the duck.
Yeah, Carter. How long we got? 24 hours still?
24 hours. Derek, we've had mandate from corporate having via RS. We have an instruction to clear these vents. The 82.4% airflow is indicative of some blockage in the vents of a substantial size. And
to clear the vents on the station?
Say again?
He wants to clear the vents on the station?
Yes, sir.
Me and Derek have just been in the vents.
That doesn't sound like it's your job.
Maybe
I mean, it's definitely not my job. I'll not be clearing out anything. I'm security. I'll not be doing nothing. But it doesn't even sound like it's your job, Alan. I mean, even being here is unpaid overtime. Now we're doing jobs for them as well.
We should be asleep.
If any complaint for the company, you can always send them a formal complaint through the website.
You shut up, arse.
Teacher's
pet.
Before gets back home, you know, Derek.
Company bot boy.
Derek, we talked about this. It all gets back. You know, I would advise you not to. You know,
send him a message. Fuck off.
Okay, RS. So, Derek, Collins, are you saying these vents are clear?
No, we've not checked them all out, but certain section of it is.
Well, that section is not the one we need to worry about then. What sections haven't you cleared?
I'll show them on the map. Show them where we've checked and where we didn't.
Okay.
RS, would you agree with me that Kessler's probably the best guy to go and clear this section on the basis that if there is a blockage, it's an engineering challenge to clear it?
Whoa. Hold up. RS, shut up. Carter.
Yeah.
Send the droid.
RS, what do you say to that?
It's faster. It's got strength if he needs to pull it out.
Does he need to breathe?
And connect his eyeballs to like the system, so we can see where he sees when we go.
He's got like night vision shit.
I mean, RS, these are good arguments. At the end of the day, you're functionally immortal. If something bad happens to you, we'll just get Kessler to, you know.
We just download you. We just download you, yeah.
And we'll just
download you and put you.
We'll just leave you and get another.
I mean, it's hard to argue with that position, RS. What do you say?
Why are you giving him an option? He's a robot.
He's corporate. The
thing is, we've got a spare of him on the ship. Anyway, all we need to do is unplug a hard drive and plug it into the new thing. Anyway, it's like a spare tire. We've got a spare on the ship.
Yeah, we'll make sure we back you up before we go. So,
no, we don't care.
No, we don't care. It's a fucking robot. It's a toaster.
Listen, guys, we care. We care about corporate property. We care about our jobs. We care about.
Can't stop brown nosing. You're embarrassing.
You care.
So So meanwhile,
Also, I kind of
I need some fucking money, man. Finish it up.
Also,
Get yourself in that heaven.
And we're not looking at our shoulder anymore. Yeah.
I love this.
Oh, dear me.
Get yourself greased up.
RS, you don't love anything.
RS, you gotta do it, man. And can
RS,
you like beam the images back to the terminal if we had a terminal at work? That is.
Can I like live stream?
No.
It's got a jack at bottom. You have to pull his phone together. It's a massive socket.
Really long cable as well. No Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, in back in the mess. If I can find the mess, where's the mess gone? Oh, there it is.
What was the mess?
Yeah, back in the mess. I'm going to pull this up again. Okay. So back in the mess, Jerome comes back and says, "So, just Ashraf's not there. Just speaking to one of the guys from the Tempest. They say it was here in the mess and then he wasn't." And so he's like, well, "What do you mean he was here and then he wasn't?" Well, that's what they said. It said he disappeared. So there's some weird shit on the. I don't know. They're crawling around the vent. They're fucking weird, those guys. And like Rye kind of like she's like, this is, I don't know what I just need to go yeah, need to go to the toilet. Oh, I'll be back. And like someone's go, wait, right, and Rye just gets up and yeah, leaves.
She's at it.
Quickly leaves the mess.
She's at it.
I'd like to kind of chase after her.
Okay. Can you give us a roll as a just roll as a 10-sided dice for your Doc. Okay. Right. Excuse me. So you get up to chase after Rye, and as you're doing this, Dana has just just gone over to the water dispenser, the water recycle unit, and she carries over, got a cup of water, and she going over to Kantaro was like coughing and trying to clear his throat. She goes, "Kantaro, here, have a drink." And she kind of offers this cup of water to him, and he goes to like take it, and then he like just kind of like flinches back and knocks it out of her hand. Get the fuck away from me! And like Dana's like, whoa, what's? And everybody's like just stops and looks.
Yeah, Doc does too.
What are you doing, Doc?
He's just gonna step back in and ask us, has anybody else had a aversion to water?
Like Rosa, Sonia looks around and says, "What do you mean an aversion to water?" Like Kantaro and kind of Dana's like sort of stood, goes and sits next to him and like huddled up to kind of talking to him in like a hushed voice, like, "What's going on?" "Fuck off! Just give me some space." And Sonia's, "What do you mean? What do you mean, Doc?"
Well, there's some viruses that you can get that make you not like water. Like rabies, for instance.
And everybody in the mess kind of looks at you, and they look at Kantaro, and like, and Morgan's rabies.
Yeah, no. It's just an example.
And
It's just an example.
and Kantaro jumps up and says, "I got there's nothing fucking wrong with me. Just stay the fuck away from me." And he kind of starts backing away, and then leaves the mess. And Dana gets up and Dana gets up and follows him.
Yeah, I stay right out of their way when they go by.
Okay. And as they're just walking out of the mess into the corridor towards the habitation area, and you hear this high-pitched scream, like a woman screaming.
It's okay, yeah, no.
And Rose,
I run.
And Rose goes, "Right!" And everybody kind of, maybe someone, Rosa runs out the door. They go, sort of Dana and Kantaro, they kind of like pause in the hallway. Rosa runs past them, and the others hesitate for a moment and run out. Maybe Morgan hangs back and kind of just sits hunched up on his chair, like just hugging Prince, hugging the cat.
Okay, I'm gonna go after them. I want to see what's going on too.
Okay. So they all run into the habitation area. Where are we? Into the quarters. We have to rearrange this again. Yeah. Okay. Into the habitation area. Oh God, they're big. Let me just get rid of them in a minute. They're like huge. Yeah, so they're running to the habitation area and towards Rosa in front, running towards what presume must be Rye's quarters. The door's open, and she runs. Rye. And as you catch up with her, she's kind of inside Rye's quarters, and there's nobody there. The only thing that you notice is two of the ceiling tiles have been taken down.
I want to jump up there and take a look.
Okay, so you jump up to take a look, and you kind of put your hand in, your hand comes down on something wet and slimy, but there's also something blocking blocking one of the vents. One of the grills on the vents, this something wrapped up in a blanket, and it's completely obstructing one of the vents.
How big is it?
Like
big enough, like it's not like that little bundle blanket thing that I found up there before.
No, it's kind of it looks it's kind of got a clear, like a definite shape. It looks maybe like a box or something wrapped up in like a sheet.
Huh.
But this,
right,
but you put your hand down and you put your hand down in something wet, and like looking at your hand, it's kind of like almost not sticky, kind of wet, but it's got like almost sort of like a shimmer to it, like oil, like a slug's trail, like kind of oil and water, like shimmer to it.
Can I use chemistry to try to get a hint at what it might be?
Yeah, why not? I'm not going to make you. Okay, yeah, I think we're under. Yeah, go on then. Kind of a stressful situation. Or I'll tell you this, and you can decide whether you want to make the roll. So it looks. That's what it looks like to you. It looks like some kind of like a trail left by like something like a slug or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, but that would make sense.
Okay, I want to. I'd like to roll anyway.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, you kind of look at. I mean, you'd have to get a sample under for analysis. Take a sample
under a
for
microscope.
Yeah. But look at it, and you can see as like looking at your hand, you can see this stuff is already starting to dry. But you think it looks like there's it's not entirely organic. It looks like there's traces of minerals in it. Maybe traces of silica or something. Maybe that's what's causing it to give it that glint.
All right. Odd that it would be here. Okay, I'm gonna snoop. I want to see what's in that box.
Okay, so you get that box, and as you do, you can feel the airflow coming through the vents, because it was like blocking it.
Yep.
And you climb down, and everybody stood around like, "What's that? Where's Rye?" And you kind of unwrap this piece of, it's kind of just like a bit of tarpaulin or something. You unwrap it, and there's a box, just a wooden box, and you open it up, and it is full of cannabis.
Mm.
It's full of full of weed.
Nice.
Smoke weed every day.
Is that God telling us it's time for a halftime break?
So yeah, let's take a break.
Yes, thank you, God.
Right, yeah. So yeah, smoke them if you've got them.
I'm going to see in 10 minutes.
We'll see you later. We're back in 5 minutes.
Oh, happy days.
Okay, we're back.
Hey. And a lot more relaxed than before the break.
Right. So Doc has just pulled this, removed this box, the apparent blockage in the ventilation shafts from above the crawl space above Rye's room that is full of illicit substances that Rye was obviously hiding there.
Cheeky Rye.
Presumably, why she suddenly rushed off when they got looking nervous about talk of searching the vents, and then rushed off when she heard that Collins and Williams were up or had been up in the vents.
You should definitely
What is
confiscate that
Martin B?
for medical reasons.
Mm.
You nicked everything else you bloody found, haven't you?
No, that was him, no me.
So Dana's not there. So Rosa's there. Jerome is there. Rye obviously isn't there. Morgan's not there. Kantara's not there, and Sonia. So yeah, and Doc Hansen is there.
Obviously, we don't know that the doc found that yet, so we're still planning to shove our rest up the vent.
Aye, get up that vent, you.
We've only got 24 hours.
I'm lubing him up.
So Doc, what are you doing? You've just pulled this out, open this open.
Yep. I pulled that down. Cleared the vents. He's going to. He looks at everybody to see what their reactions are to this. Did they look like they know what was there, or are they surprised to see this?
They look surprised. In fact, Sonia goes, "God damn it! So that was the fucking problem with the vents."
Vents were red herring.
Been flagging up a circulation problem with events for weeks. And Rosa Rosa just like jumps up onto the bed and she sticks her head into the bed. Goes, Rye!
You should probably stay out of the vents. I think. I gotta just go check in with my crew.
Okay, so you let him. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, he's leaving to go find the crew.
Okay, so yeah, you head off. Well, yeah, probably you probably
to give Arthur Booth up into the left. God, you're so heavy. What are you made out of?
Oh, okay, so say you find the others back in the workspace.
Okay.
Constantly out of alignment. Okay, so while you're having this discussion about volunteering RS to go up into the vents, when Doc Hansen comes through from the habitation area
and tells us what's happened.
Well, I don't know.
Okay, let's look to the doc.
Oh, Doc, great! You can give us a hand getting the droid up into the roof. It's heavy in your feet.
Guys, I think we should get out of here. I think there's something. There's something in the vents that's attacking people.
No, it's just Collins and William. Don't worry about it.
We're not attacking anybody.
No, we're not attacking people. We're
No.
looking for Mike.
There's something. There's some kind of something up there that's leaving a trail. Like, Rye went to her quarters to get her big crate of marijuana, and I think she got attacked by something and pulled up into the vents. There's something on this base. We need to get out of here.
Did she disappear? Is she just gone?
Yeah.
And there was a residue, a sticky residue,
she's gone.
where she disappeared.
Yeah. Yes.
Was it like
Alright,
this?
you need to go up there.
And I give you a cigarette packet. Was it like this? I collected a sample earlier, but it was
there's not.
you're not going to see it.
Yeah, there's nothing in it. Yeah, other than the bit of tobacco that's left in it.
According to company directives, it's the engineer's job to go into the winds. Androids are too valuable to go into such narrow places.
You're functionally immortal. We can fix you. You need to go up there. We can't be fixed. If you lose your pilot, who's going to fly the ship?
I'm already lubing you up, RS. You're already getting lubed up, mate.
Yeah. I've got your other side, and we're just lifting you up.
Yeah, I'm just standing still there, like, talking, like nothing happening.
We're doing it for the benefit of the company.
My primary directives. You're just being carried away.
Shut up and get up.
I'm like, is lighting bulbs on my eyeballs again. Like, very well. I say I have no other choice.
I see the light
Wait,
bulbs and I'm like, less thinking, more doing, robot.
Affirmative. And I'm going to start to climb up.
Okay, so you scramble.
We've all seen
You
movies
scramble up
about
into
what
the vents.
happens when robots start to think. Less thinking, more doing.
You're such a robotist.
Right, we'll wait here. You do a 360 and tell us what you find.
Very well. So yeah, I'm going to use my infrared goggles I have. Or
okay.
I guess they're like part of my head then, just for roleplay sense. I guess I don't know.
They're probably. If it says you've got goggles in your equipment, there will be separate goggles. It won't be.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I like to take it out of my pocket. Like maybe it's like a little thing in my chest, like comes out, and I
Folds
put
out.
it in like inventory. It falls out.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you put on these infrared goggles, switch them on, and start crawling down around the vents.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what's the rest of you doing?
Waiting. Because he's going to be fast, surely, and to go around this small area vents.
So what are you doing? What is RS doing? Is he going? Is he just doing a circuit of the vents? So let me put you in the vents so you can see.
Doctor thinks people are dying here. We need to maybe just get on our ship and go. Like, fuck the job.
Derek, I think we ought to just, for the benefit of the company and the salvage, we should make sure that's real stuff and the marijuana. But let's just try a little bit.
While we're waiting for
I'm
us.
even bothered about that. If the doc's right and people are dying here, we need to just get off this fucking godforsaken rock as quick as possible. So we need to get back on our ship and just leave here, I think.
We can't do that. We can't do that. Where are we going? If we don't take the ship, where are we going? We'll get shot out. We'll be rogue. We'll be renegades. We'll be pirates. We can't do that.
Carter.
Yeah.
You can't do anything when you're dead.
You can't do anything when you're dead.
Well, if we leave here without that cargo, we are dead.
Are we?
Yeah.
But if we stay, we're definitely probably going to die.
Probably. Let me tell you this. Probably is different to definitely. We leave here without cargo, we are definitely dead. The company will hunt us down. We are dead.
Carter.
No, we ain't worth it, mate. Under your bow tie, mate.
I'm not scared of the company, Carter, but...
Carter, what do you do? You fly the ship, yeah? The doctor, what's the doctor do? Knows about, like, dead and things and people unliving and knows what's not good for you.
Collins, what is it you do? You lift boxes onto the fucking ship and take them off again. You're overruled.
And while you're off at ship, if you speak to me like that, I'll choke the life out of you.
He listens to the doctor because the doctor went to university and none of the rest of us did, but the doctor did. And the doctor says we're getting out of here. I'm listening to the doctor.
I'm all for the doc.
I mean, the ride was up in the roof. You just fuck off and leave him.
Well, who's going to fly this ship, guys? I ain't moving.
The android can fly the ship.
I've not been funny, Carter, but there ain't much to crash into out there.
Well, you seem to learn a lot when you're in the
It's all autopilot anyway. All you do is land it and you make an arse of it anyway, so I can do that. I can crash land the ship.
After what we've been through, Derek, that's really rich coming from you, buddy.
Listen, mate,
we've got a long-held secret here.
Listen, I just don't want to die here. My friend Mike's already dead. Your boy Ashraf's dead, and now that girl Rye's apparently dead.
You don't know Mike's dead. You don't know Ashraf's dead. You don't know Ray's dead. You don't know any of this. These are suppositions. I think you guys are on something. Just hold your nerve. Let RS do his job. We'll make a decision when he's back out the tunnels.
I'm letting the doctor do his job. Doctor thinks the men are dead. Let's see what the robot says about let's see what's up there. But we need to get out of here.
Yeah.
Can we, if we have to, can we just get the cargo ourselves? Do we have to wait for them to get it?
It has to be cleaned of impurities, things which could cause infection. The thing has got. We have 24 hours. With 24 hours and we're out of here. But we cannot, and I will not, fly that ship out of here.
Half the crew of this place is missing already, though. Mike's missing, Ashraf's missing, and now Rye's missing.
They're not our crew. They're not our crew. We don't know
but what makes you think they're going to fulfil the order within 24 hours? They're not going to clean the materials and get it loaded up in 24 hours now that half the crew's missing.
Okay, Derek, I have a suggestion. There's another ship on this base, mysteriously absent from the station. Can we not go to that ship, see who's on there, and get some help from them to try and get this cargo ready to leave? I'm with you on that. We won't trust this crew on this base. Let's go and see what the crew of that ship's about. Find out what they know about this place. Have they been here before? Do they know what's going on? Have they got anyone who can help us get out of here before 24 hours is up?
I really just wonder what happened to Mike.
Where did the ship come from?
We don't know where the ship come from. It's called the Heracles, and apparently it stops here frequently. So they must know more about this crew on this base than we do. We've never been here before.
There's another ship here.
There's a doctor on that.
Loading Bay 1.
And they're not. Why are they not in the base? They're just sitting chilling in the ship.
I don't know, Derek. That's why I'm asking you. Let's go and find out what they're about. And you know what? If you want to flee, go with them if they're leaving before we are.
Are you really that desperate to get this cargo?
I tell you what I'm desperate to do. I'm desperate to make this shipment and to make some money And that's what we're here to do. And I ain't leaving this place without that cargo.
I'll tell you what, how about we fuck off and then you can take the other ship with the cargo?
Well, who's going to fly the fucking thing?
I'll fly the fucking
I'm going to hit the
thing.
button.
You can't fix a fucking lift, Kessler. What makes you think you can fly a ship?
So at this point, while you're all arguing, Sonia comes in and she walks over to Doc and kind of puts her hand on you, kind of grabs you, takes you by the elbow and pulls you to one side while the others are says,
Okay.
"What the fuck's happening? What's happening here, Doc? Is rabies? You're saying there's rabies on board?"
No. I don't think anybody has rabies. I was just making a bad example that freaked everybody out. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's not rabies. Nobody has rabies. Forget I said that.
So what is it? Are we safe? And then the door to the habitation thing opens and Kantaro comes. Somebody, get the fuck away from me, Dana! And Dana's comes in after it. Kantaro, what? You need to talk to me. You need to talk to me. And he kind of runs up to him, catches hold of his arm, and he just turns down and just backhands her with his fist across the face, and her jaw just like snaps.
Yeah.
And she goes like kind of spins on the spot and goes down.
That was Rosa who did that.
Doc Hansen runs. Yeah,
No, that was Kantaro.
He did that to Rosa.
Yeah, Kantaro hit her.
No, to Dana.
To Dana.
What the fuck?
I'm gonna run over to Dana and
Is he just like broke this woman's jaw?
Yep. So going over, Dana's jaw. She kind of she's unconscious and her jaw is just like it's smashed. It's dislocated. Her jaw's like off at an angle. There's blood pouring from her mouth.
Oh my
And Kantaro's kind of stood there, and there's this green, like thick green goo, like running out of his nose.
Oh.
Out of Kantaro.
Derek, you have to take him down. Derek, take him down.
I'll just pull out the gun.
I pull out a wrench out of my tool belt.
What's Wrench doing in your tool bag?
I pull out my revolver, square for right between his eyes, and pull the trigger, Phil. Fuck this guy. He just killed that woman. He just broke that woman's jaw.
And yeah, his girlfriend as well, by all accounts.
Oh, there's nothing worse than a domestic abuser. I aim for his testicles.
Okay, well, give us a speed check if you would.
Speed check.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like initiative, essentially initiative.
Oh, okay.
Do I add my military training? Because it is relevant here.
You can, yeah, go on then. You can,
I'm
yeah, I guess
fucking
that.
the army, bitch. Right, okay. And athletics. Can you add more than one? No, you can only add. You can only add
No,
one.
just
You can only
one.
add
Just
And
one,
I don't.
yeah, just one,
I don't click advantage or disadvantage. I still click normal, right?
Yeah, you just click normal. Yeah.
Ooh, nice.
Okay, so Kantaro is kind of just stood there staring at Dana on the floor. What's Doc doing? You like say you run over and
I try to help. He's gonna try to at least try to make the bleeding stop or do whatever he can. Maybe.
Okay, so you've seen the med bay. It's kind of limited, but the auto dock they've got here might be able to like set the bones and.
Okay. I just shift her, just make sure she's not gonna choke on all that blood that's coming out of her mouth. Then, and I'll go and is the med dock portable? Does it move?
No, it's like you have to put them on. It's like the ones in Alien, if you like. They're kind of like a booth, and you put them in and close it up, and it.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, somebody help me get her to the med bay, please.
Think of a cesarean.
What about this bullet between his
Sonia?
eyes? Well,
So Sonia kind of looks at you and then she runs over to the workstation, to the terminal.
I pulled the trigger, by the way, Phil. I'm not just pointing the gun at him. I pulled the
Okay,
trigger.
right, okay, all right, yeah. Give us a combat roll then. You can do it with advantage because he just Cantero just stood there like stunned.
How do I roll a combat roll? Go into my weapons
You go to your weapons, yes.
and do it with advantage and military training.
If it'll let you do that, yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, 11 points of damage.
Son.
And a gunshot wound effect. Okay, so 11 points of damage. Let's have a look. Okay, so right.
I don't fuck around. Derek Williams does not fuck around, by the way, folks. He hit a woman anyway for a start. He's gonna die. Fuck that. We don't play that shit around here.
Shoot first or a question later?
Yeah, boom.
Okay, I need to select I've got him selected.
Shoot first, ask questions later, and that's how I survived the war, and I'm a war veteran. That's how I'm not dead. Because you shoot first and ask questions later. You're right.
Okay, right. So
shoot first and answer questions later, as it probably will be in this case.
So where were you aiming anywhere in particular, or?
Aye, right between his eyes.
Okay, right.
here.
Well, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, you shoot him straight in the head, and Kantaro just goes down.
There's brain splatter all over the place.
Yeah, it hits him in the side of the head, and there's like an explosion of like blood and bone and grey and brain matter just like from the opposite side of his head, and he just like staggers sideways, and there's like bang as it goes down, and blood pooling out all over the floor behind his head.
And then I'll look at Carter and see something's making people go crazy, and people are fucking killing people around here. That woman, we're lucky if she's not dead. Did you see what he did to her face? We need to get off this fucking rock now. You're flying it, and if you're not flying the shit, I'm taking the keys off you, and we'll work it out between us.
Keys.
Whatever.
Like on a little fob.
I don't know. I'm not a fucking pilot. I'm a military man.
Yeah, give it 5 minutes. Go and have some of that cannabis. Let's talk about this. We cannot live without that shipment.
You fucking out, Derek. You fucking escalated.
Can't believe you still want to stay here after this.
We need to take that cargo, Collins.
Fuck
it's our life. Our life doesn't matter. We don't take that cargo. We are dead.
If the casket.
Sonia goes. Nobody's going anywhere. Nobody's going anywhere.
You'll not tell me where I'm going, Sonia. Still waving a gun around. You'll not be telling anybody who's going anywhere. I'll fucking decide.
There's some kind of infection here. I don't know what's going on, but nobody's leaving. Not until we figure out what's going on. We can't.
I'm finding Mike, and I'm taking Mike with me, and I'm leaving.
Sonia, what do you mean infection? What do you know that you're not telling us?
Sonia, that ain't an infection. Sonia, that's not an infection. That is not an infection.
And as Carter says to her,
I just put it in yogurt.
As he says to what are you not telling us, I'm pointing the gun at her like.
What do you mean? You've seen this? It's something's wrong. There's something wrong with Mike. There's something wrong with Kantaro.
What were Mike's symptoms before he disappeared? What were Mike's symptoms, Sonia?
He was just acting strange. He was not like this.
And superhuman strength, like he fucked up the shower. Like this guy just fucked up that woman's jaw with a backhand.
I don't know what the fuck, but nobody's. I can't let anybody. No, nobody can leave. Not until we know what's going on. Can't escape something like this getting off the station.
I'm going to pour some water on his body.
On Kantaro's body.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
Okay, I moistened the corpse.
What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing, man?
Well, he said it didn't like water, so I was seeing whether like the water had like an effect on him after he's been infected.
Did you re-fucking program Because you are a fucking madman. You're no engineer, man. You are some crazy dude.
Man, I'm the one who fucking shot some guy in the head just because he knocked a woman around a bit.
You did what?
Oh, right, aye, we're going to let him just carry on doing that so he can hit the next person and then the next person. He's no knocking my head off like that.
What are you doing pouring water on him, man? What is that shit?
Water. It doesn't like water. You have the tape. You have the tape. You have the tape.
You can all make a fear check.
I'm not feared. I'm not scared. I'm not scared of nobody, Phil. I'm not scared of nobody.
Except for RS, I'm sitting in the vents. Just
apart from RS, everybody else can make a fear check. And everybody from Derek can make a panic check. They've just seen Derek just shoot. You've seen Cantaro smash Dana's face in. In fact, everybody can make a panic check.
Ignore that
Who's
roll.
taking panic checks, Phil?
Everybody bar RS.
Anyway.
So you take the fear check, make the fear save, and then you take a panic check.
How do you do the panic check with advantage, buddy?
You do not.
I do, mate. Once per
Oh, you do.
I can take advantage.
Well, if you click on the panic check, which is your stress, click on stress, and it'll bring up a window, and there'll be the advantage, disadvantage, normal buttons as normal.
Thank you, sir.
And are we just normal?
Yeah, just normal.
Success.
So you need to roll above your current stress level.
What did I roll? I don't even know I rolled.
Oh, John Collins failed.
Oh, John.
Damn it.
John, hold it
your
fucking
heart-
together, man.
So your heartbeat races out of control, and you start to feel dizzy, overwhelmed. You've got disadvantage on all rolls for the next D10 minutes.
Slap, John. Get it together, man.
Yeah.
Minimum stress increased from 2 to 3.
Yeah.
2 to 3? That's nothing, man. I'm already at 4.
Chill out, Carter, man. Told you.
Okay, so meanwhile, so Doc, you drag Dana onto the auto dock and like to pull the canopy down and set it off, and it starts the kind of lasers start running back and forth, analysing the boat, and you can see he's Cantaro has completely shattered the right side of a jaw and dislocated it.
Oof.
As well as there appears to be like severe head trauma as well. That's which is why she's unconscious, that the pain. But yeah, she's in a bad way.
Not as bad as him. Ha!
So Sonia Lee, she kind of like she turns and she heads off back out the workspace.
I'm going to follow her, Phil. I want answers.
Okay.
Sonia, wait a moment.
Okay, so you're heading off after. Meanwhile, RS, you're in the vents. You're in the vents.
I am in the vents indeed. Yes. Do my
The safest place to be, RS.
lucky me. So yeah, my infrared goggles I think can pick up heat signatures that are old. I'm just going to click on the item again. I can't see them on the thing again.
Yeah, they do indeed.
Oh, I was old, yeah. So do I see any heat signatures and then it tracks maybe that slime?
Okay, so you can't see anything. I mean, there's various like source of heat and cold in the ventilation shaft. It's constantly so it's like constantly shifting. The display because of the like shifting heat patterns.
Okay.
And you're kind of crawling along, making your way along this vent. What is it you're looking for? What are you looking for? Do you know what you?
Nope.
The rest of the crew has like stuffed you up here. I mean, you're not some lackey, some like.
Yeah, I'm not a lackey, so yeah. I was,
robot just to be ordered around. You got your own personality. You got your free will, and
I'll
It's
decide.
not
Yeah,
his
yeah.
own.
I'll
It was donated
decide.
to him by the company.
And so you're like maybe chuntering to yourself, complaining about how they treat you, crawling along through the vents, And you're kind of looking down when you pass the the kind of the openings in the vents where the grills are that lead down into where the accesses are, and you find yourself you're currently looking down. You're currently over the mess.
Oh, the mess hall. Okay, let's see.
And you see, kind of glancing down, you can see there's just Morgan sat in a chair at one of the tables, and he's kind of got his knees up, and he's got the cat Prince kind of holding his hand, stroking the cat, going, "It's all right, Prince. It's all right, Prince. We're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. It's no problem." And the cat starts hissing, and it's like hair, the hackles on its neck just rise up, and it starts growling. What's the matter, Prince? What's the matter, Prince? And the cat suddenly starts struggling. And he's trying to hold it. Prince, it's okay, it's okay. And it just scratches him, and he lets it go, and then the top half of his body just disappears.
What?
What?
Oh?
It's a fucking
From a
cat.
scratch?
Oh my days! Do I see anything in my heat signatures? Anything that is
It's
not?
the
You can see this kind of fuzzy shape, and then that's above. Kind of stood above Morgan, and the cat is on the kind of backing up into the corner, he's hissing and spitting, and then Morgan's legs and lower torso just are gone, and this thing kind of this shape, this kind of blurry shape, moves off out of sight.
Okay, so it moves through the other doors. There's the door automatically.
Just out of your line of sight.
It's no the cat. The cat can see it. Whatever it is, the cat sees it.
Yeah.
And you can make I believe you can still make androids can still make fear checks.
Yeah. Let's see. Normal.
Holy shit.
Oh. Oops. Oh. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Obviously.
It's hard for him to be scared.
I'm just saying, to myself, curious. Another alien creature on the planet, invincible to the human eye. Interesting. So, which direction did I lose sight of from the vent's perspective?
Maybe towards the doors. It's hard to tell. So you only had a limited down, straight down view. You're kind of looking down, right on, directly down on top of him.
Okay, so I was started up. So I can't see he went, for example, to, let's say, washroom or to
No.
the...
It looked like it might have moved away towards the exit from the mess room, but I mean,
Okay.
you can't be certain.
No, I can't be certain. Okay, I'm just gonna. Can I open a vent here and then peek my head and see?
Yeah. You can push it. You can you can remove the vent cover. Yeah.
Yeah, I will do that, and I will do a peek.
Okay. So yeah, you kind of open the vent up. Do you want to? Are you just gonna push it, or are you gonna open it carefully and lift it inside, or?
I will carefully lift it inside. I don't want to destroy company's property.
Okay, so it takes a moment then for you to unfasten it and then lift it inside the vent, and then you stick your head out.
Yeah.
And you kind of look around with the goggles, and whatever you saw before, there's no sign of it. You do see the blob of heat from you see the cat that's kind of sort of in the corner, it's kind of retreated to its box in the corner. It's kind of it's stood there, eyes wide, all its hair kind of all puffed up, just growling. But
okay.
But you can't see anything else in here, and there's no sign of Morgan. There's nothing. Not a spot of blood. Not anything.
Okay. And this from blurry, fussy infrared, was it too big for a vent? Well,
it was big.
It was big, yeah. Okay, so it could not be in the vents, maybe. If I'm rolling tight, it can't be in the vents, maybe.
Well, you don't know. It was big.
Yeah.
It was tall. It was maybe vaguely, it was hard to tell, but like I say, it's a like really fuzzy outline, maybe vaguely humanoid shaped, but you can't you can't be sure. It's really, I mean, like I said, it kind of leant over Morgan. It was kind of towering above, leant over, and literally the top half of him just was gone, just cut straight through.
All right, everyone, we got a predator on our hands now. I'm sorry. Let's see. Okay, I want to go.
Not a spot of blood anyway.
Not a spot of blood either. Okay. Okay. With that in mind, does the cat react to any certain direction, or is it just in its box? I can't see where.
It's just in its box, just like sort of hunkered down, growling softly to itself. It's not growling as loudly as it was before, but it's just it looks scared. It's kind of like cowering in the box.
Okay. I will then go to the closest exit I can see by where he got killed or devoured, one knows, and then go to the closest exit.
What you get? You climbing out the vents?
Yeah, climb out the vents. Yeah.
Okay, so that brings you down into the mess. Almost lined up. So of course Morgan's not there.
And where will the closest door be? Where he?
The door is the kind of like on the right hand side of your screen, I guess.
Okay, right.
There's only one exit from here.
There's only one. Okay, I will go towards that door and see if I can see anything in the corridor outside the mess hall.
Okay, so by the time you look into the corridor that connects between the mess hall and the quarters, crew quarters, there's nothing.
There's nothing. Okay.
No.
I will go and look around further. So I will go first to the crew quarters to see if there's something there.
Okay, so you're setting off down the crew quarters. Right, fair enough. So, right, so back in the workspace then. What are you guys doing?
I mean, I presume the doc is tending to the injured woman.
Yeah, so you can see she's put Dana into the auto dock.
I might poke the corpse's neck hole and see if anything comes out with a screwdriver.
No, you kind of like the body's still warm, of course.
Oof.
Oh, okay. Maybe like push down its belly and see if anything wiggles inside it.
No, I mean he's like you push down and he's built like a brick shit house. He's just all muscle. This guy. You can. So you're doing this. As you're doing this, like checking, like pushing down his body, check. You notice the bullet hole where the bullet wound is on the side of his head. It's all kind of it's all bruised and stuff from the entry. Oh, front side of his head, whichever it is. So where the bullet hole is kind of there's all the bruising from the blood from the bullet entry, and the bullet hole, the hole in his head is slowly starting to close up. And you can make a fear check.
You're in the shit now, Dick. It was him. He shot you.
Oh.
Is the back of the head where basically?
Well, do you want to look? I mean, you kind of like pressing down his chest. You just happen to look up at his head, and you can see the bullet. It's not closed up completely, but you can see it's the bruising is starting to fade, and the wound is starting to slowly close up.
Yeah, it's slightly like whimpering and.
What if you leave the screwdriver in so it can't close up around?
I turn his head to the side and see if anything similar is happening on the back.
It's not immediately obvious, but as you kind of look, it is slow. It's slow, but it's.
And there's definitely nothing in there. His brains have all been splattered out. There's
What are
no
you doing, Reg?
brain, or
What are you
is
doing to
battery
that?
glowing as well inside.
What are you doing to that man's
So
dead
there's
body? I'm going to ask Wrench what he's doing. What are you doing?
Why does everyone keep interfering with this goddamn cadaver?
Yeah, what are you doing? He's dead, Wrench. Leave the man alone. Stop interfering with the man's body.
He's coming back, mate. He's coming back.
What do you mean he's coming back?
What do you mean he's coming back?
He's not coming back.
You can't come back from that. He's got a fucking hole in his head.
I fucking told you that guy was a lunatic.
You're fucking gonna get up, mate. I think it's a good plan to get something and kind of wedge it into the back of his head.
Okay.
Well,
Maybe like a handful of cutlery or something. Or just
Well,
there's some tools. You could you could grab a spanner or something like that.
Tell me that the bullet
Plenty
will
of tools,
off my tool belt. I just grab like a spanner and stick it in the back of his head.
What are you
So
doing?
it does close. It does close over there.
So I think you seeing that you can whoever sees that you can take a stress for that. Seeing Kessler, seeing Wrench take a spanner and just jam it into the back of his skull.
Derek, take him out as well. Do us all a favour.
What are you doing,
Enjoy your
man?
fucking radiation. Enjoy your gamma rays.
So we're all taking a stress, right, Phil? Is that what you're saying?
Everybody who sees this takes a stress.
Jesus.
Derek, shoot him.
Shoot who? Just all of them. Shoot everybody.
Doc is probably the only one who doesn't see that happening because she's seen to Dana. So the auto doc runs its diagnostic, and it's going to try and it'll try to repair the damage, but it'll take. I mean, this is really, like you've seen it said before. This model is like really dated. You've never seen one so old. It's going to be. It's not guaranteed that it's successful, and it's going to take its time. So you can't. You won't be able to remove Dana from this until it's complete, and it'll take hours.
And we don't know if it's going to even be successful.
No, not 100% certain. No.
Yeah. I want to consult with Sonia.
Okay.
And Doc's going to tell her.
She's so as you look around, she's gone.
She's gone.
Yeah.
Where?
Yeah, I start talking to her, and then and then I leave the little med bay area and look around for her.
I followed Sonia.
Yeah. So yeah. Sorry, go on, Kessler.
Is she just completely out of the? She's left this.
Yeah, she's left the workspace. She's not in
area.
this. Yeah, she's not in this area at all. And you notice that Carter's not here either. So just the four of you
Okay.
here. Just Derek, yourself, John, Irwin, and the body of Cantaro. Oh, and Dana.
And they're all over there arguing over the body and.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go and look for Sonia.
Okay. Okay. So you head. Well, there's only one way. There's only one way to go. So you head from the workspace down the corridor and into the habitation area, closely just behind Carter, and pretty much together. You come into the habitation area where let's move to there. where Jerome and Sonia and Rosa are located. Probably, I would say. What about RS? Would he have been coming out of the? He was heading out of. Yeah, he was, wasn't he? So yeah, and just as RS comes walking from the walking into the habitation area from the opposite side. So there's there's you. There's a 6 of you in this habitation, in the habitation corridor, and Sonia's going. Nobody. I don't know what the fuck's going on. There's some kind of infection. Cantaro he just fucking killed. I think he killed Dana. He's just turned around, just fucking smashed her face, and just almost tore her jaw off.
He's gone. He's not a problem anymore, Sonia. Derek took him out. But what do you know that you've not told us about what's going on here?
What do you mean? I don't know anything.
When did this start happening? When did Mike get ill? When did Cantaro get ill? What? I
don't know when Cantaro got ill. It's the first I knew something was up, and then he stormed off out of the mess while we're having a meeting.
When did the Heracles land here, Sonia?
The Heracles.
Where is everyone from the Heracles? What crew have they got? Why is no one on the Heracles on deck on the station?
So there's only Dr. Giovanni on the Heracles.
Only Dr. Giovanni on a ship. He piloted the ship. He engineered the ship. He loaded the ships. You're telling me the crew of one?
He's a crew of one, yes.
How ridiculous that sounds to me, Phil.
Well, it depends what kind of ship it is.
So you do get a one-man ship.
It's possible. Like I said, the most expensive ships, they'll have state-of-the-art AI on them, and like I said, the autopilot on the Tempest is shit. Yeah. Really, but you can get some that are.
Sonia, follow this the trail. Doctor infection, cure or curse. Where is Giovanni? Get Giovanni off that ship.
We've tried to.
Can't break down the goddamn door, son. You must be a way of getting in the ship.
Well, the airlock's locked.
Do I have any idea what might be done to break that ship, Bill, or not?
Do you have what? Sorry.
Any idea what we could do to force entry?
I mean, you could try and override the airlock and try and whatever.
We'll go get RS. Okay.
It's a mining site. Have drills or lasers or whatever they use for cutting rock.
Or explosives.
So
I've got grenades.
So the mine. So there's like the actual drill engine of the drill is located at the top of the mine shaft in the workspace, and it connects to like mobile drilling heads that are like huge things. So they're not portable. There's an equipment cubby space in one corner of the workspace. So what's there? You don't know, but that said, you're in a completely different area.
We're going to go back to get RS and get him to.
So RS is here. RS is here.
Oh, RS.
Yeah, he just coming in through.
He just comes walking in from the other side.
We need to force entry into this ship. Can you find a way in?
I think we have something much worse to worry about, Mr. Carter.
Which is what?
There is an unknown alien on board this station.
I knew it. I knew it, Doc says.
See, the doctor was right. We should have been out of here half an hour ago.
You're not there.
I'm not. Oh.
No. This is in the crew quarters.
RS, this is confirmed.
I saw Morgan get devoured by this being.
All right, we're out of here. Come on, let's go and get the crew. The crew want to leave. We're going. Sonia.
What about the cargo?
It is invincible to human eyes, Mr. Carter. That's the worst problem.
Well then, let's just get out of here.
Very well.
So Sonia said, "No.
You can come with us, Sonia.
Nobody can leave. Nobody's leaving. Somebody might be infected with that.
I'm sorry, Sonia. We're not taking orders from you. We're going. you can come with us. We need to know where the next habitable station is, where we can. Our life support system will support the entirety of but you're welcome to travel with us insofar as we can get somewhere we can dump you later before our life support systems give out. But we're going now. You decide what you want to do, Sonia.
Wait. Carter, she might be right. Maybe we should. It's Dr. Giovanni has a med ship. We can make sure nobody's infected with this before we leave.
RS, comment on that strategy.
Very well.
RS, comment.
I feel from seeing this. When did when did this mic disappear, Sonia?
I don't know exactly. Last time anyone spoke to him was last night.
And when did Dr. Giovanni stop making contact with this station?
Yesterday afternoon, he went back to his ship, saying he had some samples to test.
You can see for the first time, I usually don't make an expression, but I have my eyebrow raised up, and then I fear.
Yeah, Doc Hansen. We could do that. If we can contact Giovanni, we can get on there, make sure nobody's infected, and then that.
Don't about the infection anymore, Sonia. You heard what my droid just said. There's an alien presence on the ship that devoured your crew member. RS, suggest a strategy.
From my estimation, from observation of the situation, I fear maybe Dr. Giovanni's ship might have been compromised, or were the one that brought the alien on board.
Right, so suggest a course of action.
I suggest evacuation order.
Right, agreed. We're off, Sonia. And I'm marching back to the crew and gonna give it, say like, yeah, guys, you're right. We have to get out of here.
Okay, so you're going back to the workstation?
Yes, sir.
Workspace. Okay, so as you head off, what's Doc doing? Doc going along as well?
So.
Oh, what's Doc doing?
Dilemma, Casey. Come on.
Come on, Doc.
Yeah, shit.
It's what it's all about, honey.
He's gonna look at Sonia and say, "Let's see if we can get in touch with Doc Giovanni again, just to make sure."
Yeah. So she nods and she motions. She kind of points to something and says that she points something that she's carrying, and she says, yes, we have to, we have a responsibility, and she hurries off with you. So everybody's going into the workspace.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know. I also have my infrared goggle on, by the way, so I'm making sure I see.
Okay. Okay. So you're putting your goggles on, radio. Okay. So right. So So you return to your return to the workspace where the others are kind of freaking out a bit. So everybody else comes up. So Rosa, Jerome, Sonia, RS79, Carter, and the Doc all come back, and there's like and Rose goes, where's Morgan? And
KIA.
I said, what?
No worries.
We have to go out. And Rosa turns to start. We have to get Morgan.
He's gone. He has been devoured by unknown alien species on board this space station.
Okay, so give us an intellect roll, RS79. See if you could go. She doesn't seem convinced.
I'll convince her with
she
this
doesn't
gun that's
trust-
in my hand, Phil. I'll be like, you're fucking leaving. We are leaving. You're leaving,
Make your
bitch.
trigger finger.
Aye.
Ooh.
I'm waving
So-
I'm pointing at people as I'm talking, and I'm pointing with a gun.
Okay, so Rosa just goes, shh. Oh fuck, no, what what the fuck are we going to do? And meanwhile, Doc, you and Sonia go. Sonia like goes over to the. She kind of goes to the airlock. The airlock. Doc number 1. She points over to the airlock on the opposite side, and she goes over to the terminal. You see her like tapping away at the terminal, and the airlock, number 1 airlock unlocks, and she comes running over to you. You can all make, the rest of you can all make a what would it be? I guess it would be an intellect roll, but it will be at disadvantage.
Everyone. Okay.
Everyone. This is to see if you notice what she's doing. Oh wow.
Oh yes, critical failure. Not
critical failure.
Critical failure.
Oh,
My brain has melted.
that's the first critical. Oh, another critical failure as well.
Yeah.
Calm down, boys. Calm down. It's got regular.
So the only one that passed is RS. So you RS, you see them. You see
I
Doc
failed
Hansen. Oh, did you?
Yeah, I failed 71 there. Yeah.
No, I thought something passed.
No, he failed 71. Did fail. Everyone
Oh, right, yeah,
failed.
sorry. Yeah, sorry. I was looking at a previous one.
That was
Yeah, I was looking at a previous one. Yeah. Okay. Right. So yeah, nobody notices Doc Hansen and Sonia go through the airlock.
Why did I have to do? So my stress has gone to sleep. I would need new test to keep going over there. Why do I have to take stress for that? I'm walking back to my ship with my crew.
Calm down, Carter! Just pointing a gun at you. Calm down, man!
Everyone,
Okay.
calm down.
So kind of Jerome is kind of like walking, like stood towards the edge of the room, near the, well, no, probably towards the centre of the room, near the freight lift. The mine might be safe down the mine, and then he's gone. He's kind of like, and he's just gone.
Wait, don't I not see women for darkness, maybe?
So you kind of so RS sometimes you kind of look round. You kind of look round as you know, Jerome's voice is on the call. So you look round and you see this fuzzy shape, vaguely humanoid shape, stood where Jerome was stood.
I tell Derek and Convoy, shoot that direction where I'm pointing
Bang,
right now.
bang, 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 bang.
Oh, okay. Whoa! Right.
I get everybody duck.
Yeah,
So if you're gonna shoot on his command, then you can make a combat check with the use
Well,
weapon. You're gonna do it at disadvantage.
I heard him previously saying that this thing was invisible to the naked eye and it was killing people. When I see Jerome just vanish and he says shoot there, I put 2 and 2 together and I get 7, but still I'm going to shoot there. So what did you say,
So
disadvantage?
it's still with disadvantage. Yeah.
Right, okay.
Anybody else shooting?
But I also get to add my military training though, as well as the disadvantage, don't I?
You can't. Yeah.
I mean, I think I probably don't shoot this round, but I do grab my shotgun out of my bag because I'm.
Oh, critical failure. Failure. Okay. So
gun blows up.
So Derek, you just literally just fire off the entire clip of this with Jerome was just stood and he's not there anymore. You fire off the entire clip and bullets are going everywhere, ricocheting off of everything, and everybody else in the workspace can make a body save to see if you get hit by one of these ricocheting bullets.
And then we've got fun because I've got to make a panic check, and if I fail a panic check, every close friendly player must make a fear check. Because I have the
I think I've
security.
also got to make a panic check.
And the fear checks made by me in the vicinity gets the disadvantage on the fear checks.
Yeah, you get advantage of fear checks when the android's around.
Do I have advantage or disadvantage on my panic check?
Fail. Fuck.
You what? Sorry.
Do I have any advantage or disadvantage on a panic check?
Oh shit.
You have a what's the RS apply? It's Oh, that's fear save. No advantage or disadvantage. So it's just straight roll on panic.
Oh,
on
Jesus
panic check.
Christ, I failed. I am doing it. Terrible.
Gain a new condition when encountering what frightened you. Make a fear save or gain 1d5.
Okay, so let's go down the list. So Irwin failed his body save, so you're hit by a ricocheting bullet. So can you
Oh, fuck.
So Derek, what's the damage of the
11.
Oh,
It's 1d10 plus 1.
Oh no.
So yeah, you take so Irwin, you take 11 points of damage. So you go you reduce.
Did you take
Sorry?
full damage? Max damage?
it's 1d10.
1d10 plus 1. It's not just 11, Phil. It's 1d10 plus 1.
Oh, sorry, I thought you'd roll one.
No.
I mean, he might roll.
I shouted out because he did 11 damage last time.
I'll let you roll your own damage, mate. You can roll your own damage.
Have you got any items? Oh, you've got your standard crew attire that's probably going to be equipped, but so that's got one armor point, but the so that destroys your any protection that you get from your standard crew attire. So it's 3. So you take 2 points of damage then. But you've got no armor. You've got no armor from your armor points from your clothing anymore. Excuse me. Okay, so that was Irwin. So
Why Williams' military career was quite short.
Yeah.
yeah, you might be able to. So John Collins also failed. So you can you get hit by a stray bullet as well. So that's 1d10 plus 1. Oh, that's 9.
I've got 2 armor points, so that's.
So you got 2. So that's 7, but it destroys. It destroys any armor value of your what you're wearing.
Yeah. So is that so
7,
current?
because it was 8 plus 1, and then minus the 2.
Yeah. So I'm down to 12. I'm alright.
Okay.
Motherfucker! Fucking Derek, you prick!
And who else failed the body save?
I did a body save, I passed.
You
I
passed your
failed.
body. You failed. So
Just-
RS, you take. Sorry, just a minute. Let's deal with this.
Surely Derek has to take a body save as well if there's rounds ricocheting over.
Yeah. Come on.
Alright,
It's the fucking karma, man. Come on.
Oh, 2. So you've not got any protective clothing on at the moment. You do have a
No.
back suit, but
He's not equipped now. He's not equipped.
no. So yeah, you take 2 points of damage to your health.
Okay.
I don't
So don't
give
forget,
a-
if your health, don't forget, if your health is reduced to 0, it's reset to the maximum, but you take a wound, and you take a condition from the type of damage that that wounded you.
Doc, I hope you've got some of them med kits available.
You've already used yours for cryo sickness.
So then we've got Alan Carter failed his body save apparently.
No, Alan Carter did not.
Oh no, he said
Oh,
sorry, it's success. It's success. So then we got Panics. Who failed the panic save?
Probably.
I
Oh,
did.
you do a panic.
No, Derek did a panic.
And when I feel a panic save, everybody's got to make another fear save.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so Irwin failed. So you get nervous. So you get if you press that button, it'll give you one stress. So you got your heart races. You feel dizzy. Ooh, 10 stress.
Oh, I
Jesus
didn't press
Christ.
that button from earlier. I've got to press the plus 1
We've
frightened.
got going out now as well.
Oh shit. Oh man, we are flapping.
Did anybody else fail a panic roll? I think that was it. Was it?
I
Was anybody else?
think they passed it. I've only got 20 something.
Aye, but
Okay.
everybody,
Okay.
everybody
Can I do a
else,
panic check as well?
everybody
Try
else
to
now
do a
has to
panic
make
check.
another fear save because I failed a panic save.
Yeah. Did you not make a panic save?
No, 1 second.
Yeah, you need to make a panic save as well. Just a moment.
Well, everyone that failed the body save needs to do the panic check. Yeah. Is that what you're saying? No.
Yeah, everybody was like, saw this sort of just Jerome
Okay.
just disappear. This thing.
Let's see. Where's the
Jerome?
panic button?
It's stress. You click on
Oh, it's
stress.
okay.
Oh, that's who's going to did that. It's fine. So John Collins is fine, and
Fine.
so is RS79 is fine. But yeah, everybody else needs to make a fear check because the soldier, the ex-marine, failed his panic check. So everybody else needs to make a fear check.
Fuck's sake. Success, get in.
Nice.
Finally.
Oh dear. Oh, that's a critical fail. Oh, you need to make a panic check then because you made a critical.
I think I'm going to shoot wildly now with my shotgun.
Oh, fuck. I should have.
So you got to make a panic. Irwin's got to make a panic check because he failed. So he did critical failure on a fear save.
Oh.
So there's a panic check button on the thing. Oh, it's failure. Suspicious for the next week. Whenever someone joins the crew, even if they're only left for a short period of time. So so in this situation, if somebody leaves the area that you are in, you are suspicious of them.
Oh.
and you need to make a fear save or gain one more stress. So you click on the suspicious button as well.
Honestly, he's just in a fear cycle here.
so yeah, anytime anybody has left the area that you're in and then comes back in, you're like, oh.
Yeah. I love stress and fear. And
Where the fuck have you been? Where the fuck have you been?
Okay, so I think that's that cascade of roles dealt with.
Shit. What have we got anything for stress? Have we got
Did I do any damage to the fucking invisible alien though?
No.
No way.
No,
No.
you failed.
Failed everyone else.
Just like fired off. So you've emptied the entire clip into like.
I sneezed
Have
as
we got
I
any
took the
meds for it?
shots.
There's med bay. Whether there's anything in the meds, there might be some stim packs. If you want to risk taking stim packs.
Oh, I've risked taking stim packs right now. I mean, I've been shot. If that's not a viable case for a stim pack.
So what RS70? So RS79 just kind of like shouted there's something there. Derek has shot off his entire clip and like bullets ricocheting everywhere, hitting several people in the process. And Jerome has gone. You notice the Doc has gone. Sonia has gone. There's Rosa just like staring in a blind panic, just screaming, looking at where Jerome was.
I think we should tell RS79 to reboot. That was a bad decision, buddy.
Whoa. Ass, what did you see?
I saw a big humanoid figure devouring Jerome in one go.
Yeah, I've heard about this, guys. It's an AI hallucination. Shut down, RS.
Whoa, Carter, chill the beans. Where's Jerome? Where is Jerome?
He has been devoured by this alien creature.
Where the fuck's Jerome? Where's Jerome?
I'm responding when I see the blurry. I see the I was folding my fingers to wherever that blurry thing goes.
Can we just back off back to the ship, please? Can we just back off back to the ship as we were going to do originally?
Let's go.
I think no reason to change that plan.
Carter,
Yeah.
if you want to reset that droid, where the fuck's Jerome? Where's Jerome? If you think he's gone mental, where's Jerome?
Yeah, where's Jerome
He'll
gone?
point to where Jerome was. Jerome's gone.
Well, Jerome, everyone disappears in this goddamn station. What's real? They might all be holograms. Let's just go. You want to go, don't you, Collins?
I'm going to space.
Go.
I'm going to the Tempest.
Honestly, Carter, are you in on this shit?
No, I'm not. I assure you, I'm
Fucking better not
I'm
be.
not
the doc.
You
not.
fucking
I'm not
better
sure about
not be.
Kessler.
I'll fly this fucking
Where's
ship.
the doc?
I'll fly this goddamn
Where's
ship.
the fuck? Where's the doc?
Where's the doc?
Where is the doc? I want some of them fucking meds, man. I'm bleeding. That fucking idiot with a gun.
Okay, so talking of which, Doc Hansen, you and Sonia, you kind of go through the airlock to airlock 1, and out into the umbilical that connects the Heracles to the airlock. So you're out on Docking Bay 1. And this huge vessel, huge scientific vessel, is like almost completely takes up almost all of the docking bay. And you get to like the end of the umbilical where the entrance, the airlock into the into Heracles is, and Sonia tries to open it, and it's just trying to open the door, and just like it. Shit! Like it's just, the door's locked. He's put a code lock on the door.
We need to try to talk to him again.
Well,
can we radio him again?
There's a comm unit. There's a comm unit here. So she starts. She goes to the comm unit at the end of the umbilical and like starts buzzing. She goes, Dr. Giovanni. And there is at first there's no response, and then the lock on the door is it goes from red, switch from red to green.
Okay.
I forgot. And Sonia like punches the like the panel on the airlock again, and the entrance, the door to the airlock into the Heracles opens up, and she like, come on, she dashes inside, closing it behind her. And yeah, you board the Heracles, this huge company scientific vessel.
Is it the same company as our
the
company?
company.
The company.
There's
only one.
The company. There's several, but yeah, it's the company.
The company.
Okay. We need to find Dr. Giovanni. If he's on this ship, we need to find him. So, have you been on this ship before? Do you know where a security?
No, I've not been.
Cameras?
No, I've no idea. I've never been on this ship. We should get.
Let us in. Somebody's let us in.
But we should get the bridge. Then we can.
Easiest. Let's do that.
Okay. So this ship looks. It could be brand new. It is immaculate. It is sleek, white, clean. Contains everything is state of the art. It's so new and high tech. You've no idea what half of this stuff is, or that it even existed. But you eventually manage to find your way up onto the bridge, and you can pull up and Sonia managed to pull up a schematic of the ship, and everything is the whole ship is currently running. The AI on the ship is currently running everything, like the sensors, the life support, everything looks like it even pilots the ship. And then it's like, and Sonia's kind of like tapping into the console on the bridge, like because there down in the science, kind of there in the science lab, and he's pointing to like map pans around, and there's a personal like tracker, like pinging in the science lab.
Okay, is there an intercom to the science lab?
She just kind of looks around and says, "Here," and she points towards it.
Okay, I go to use it. Dr. Hans will try to use it. Dr. Giovanni? Dr. Giovanni.
Okay, so you kind of like press the button and then release it, and try several times. There's no response.
This doesn't look good, Sonia. I think we get what we need and we get off of the ship. I don't trust this. I don't trust this.
Will there be the things here that you need? Maybe you can make some tests or something. I know you're a doctor. You know there must be something you could do.
Tests of what? Of what? I don't know. I don't know. This is supposed to be my last tour. I don't want to die here. I'm not dying here. I'm not dying here. Let's just get what we need and get off the ship.
Okay.
Or lock him in there. Can we lock him in there?
I don't know. Why do we want to lock him in there?
Because he's not answering.
Maybe he's hurt.
He's walking around.
So he's looking at things. He's not. He's not moving around. It just stays in one spot.
It just stays in one spot.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe you're right. We should check it.
Well, maybe he knows how to cure this thing. So we can all get off. So Morgan and Ryan.
Yes. Yeah. Damn it. Okay, come on. Let's go look.
Okay, so you kind of like dash through the ship, heading towards the back of the ship where the science lab is located. And you finally find this lab. There's like a series. In fact, you pass a series of labs. This ship is just huge, and you've never seen something so well equipped. It's clearly some kind of research vessel, and you finally find the room, and it says xenobiology.
Oh.
I knew it.
And you can't. There's like these kind.
Yeah.
There's a door. You know, the kind of big door. It looks like it's all hermetically sealed. And you can see there's like big panes of glass, but they're really thick. You know, kind of thick glass. And you can see there's like always various workstations and various scientific equipment. Clear there's stuff. There's clearly the equipment in here. It would clearly be useful, helpful, and you can see some of this man stood, who you presume must be Dr. Giovanni. He's kind of stood in the corner in front of some kind of scientific apparatus. He stood there, just motionless.
Okay.
On just inside on the other side of the glass, you can see there's like a workstation, and on this workstation you can see there's like a dictaphone with a tape inside.
Okay. So Doc Hansen has decided that we need that. All right. Do you have a pistol or something? Looks at Sonia.
No, I didn't even think to. And she kind of desperately looks around for something, and she sees like a fire extinguisher on the wall, and she grabs that and kind of hefts it. And
all right, I need you to cover me. I'm gonna go in there, and I'm at least gonna get that dictaphone, because whatever was going on, there should be some information on that can help us out, okay? So
Yeah,
you just need to cover
yeah.
me, and if
Okay,
Dr. Giovanni does anything weird, you gotta cover me, okay?
yeah.
Because he's just standing there. That's not normal.
No, quick, in, out, and yeah, we'll be fine.
Okay, yes.
And she kind of kind of presses the door, the button for the door, and the door. There's a hiss, and the door slides open. And she kind of she steps inside, holding this fire extinguisher.
And Doc's gonna run for it to get that dictaphone.
Okay.
And anything else he thinks that is useful within reach, and watching, like keeping an eye, like he looks in front of him, looks up to see if that Doc Giovanni is moving or what he's doing.
Okay. So yeah, you kind of dash inside, look at it, and this, if anything, if there's anywhere on this entire fucking station, this room has got everything you could possibly. This is equipped as good as any research labs that you've ever seen, contained just on this ship. So if there was anywhere on this whole fucking station that you could find, use to figure things out, it will be here.
Okay.
So if you could just make use of this room, maybe you could save everybody. Maybe.
Okay.
And you can see just, like I said, down one side along this by the window, you can see this dictaphone.
Okay. Well, he's gonna go straight to the dictaphone.
Okay.
It's something he can pick up. It's not attached. Is it attached?
No. Yeah, it's just a little tape recorder. You go and pick that up, and there's a microscope, this electronic microscope on the workstation there, and you can see inside this petri dish, there's a sample of the same bright yellow viscous fluid that you saw that you took from the sample that you took from Kantaro.
Okay.
And then you hear Sonia go, Dr. Giovanni, are you all right?
I look over. Is he moving?
And he turns round, and he's just smiling, silent, not saying a word. He smiles, and slowly his mouth widens, and yellow goo pours from his open mouth.
No.
Oh, brush his teeth.
Oh,
shit.
no.
We'll leave it there.
It's been in the mustard. It's been in the Dijon mustard. It's the Dijon mustard.
That's what happens when
that
you
is
snort
unpleasant.
mustard powder, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my days.
That's nasty, Phil.
Oh.
There you go, viewers, enjoy.
Oh, right.
Well, holy shit, a lot happened in that one, guys. Fuck me.
Hey, there.
A lot went down there.
What? You mean like getting shot?
Oh, sorry about that, mate. Sorry about that.
Get over it, man.
Blame arse.
That was an incredible session, Phil. Thank you.
Yeah, incredible. Yeah.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Very cool.
Very cool. Very, very cool.
Yeah. So we'll be back next Friday. Hopefully, is everybody good for next Friday?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
Yeah, excellent. So yeah, we'll get back, see if you survive, escape,
Nice.
or solve it.
And we do a quick outro then, Phil, and then you can do your Twitch raid.
Oh yeah, you're going to do your outro. Okay, fair.
Yeah. Well, just a very quick.
Okay.
Thanks everybody for playing with me. Thanks Phil for an awesome session. Thanks viewers for watching. We are the Brotherhood of the Dice. See you next week.